by BettoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Betto Orthodontics.
All alone, shorthanded. Here's a drive. He shoots and scores. Esslinger dinked it out of his shorts. The Samarzik, who's got a 3-point night going, sends it in front. Schulte top shelf. Oh, what a play! It's the Demons back with it again. Here's a drive. Top shelf. They scored. Now Swagstu's in. He'll turn and fire. Top shelf. Oh, Ben Swagstu right where Grandma keeps the cookies. Came up big back door. Another. Oh my goodness! Down into the splits goes Trey Sortland. Somebody call the cops. That was highway robbery. Here's a slop shot. Ekblad from the line. He shoots and scores. Here with Lewis. But Lewis turns and fires. He scored. Lead pass. In comes Hamsbaugh. He's all alone. He shoots and scores. Puck's on in front. Here's a drive. One-timer. Deal shoots. He scores. Swagstu's into the zone. Oh, he's down top of the hit of the week coming there. The right-handed shot beats Conklin, sends it into the net. Van Dan takes the 1-0 lead. Out in front, Morelli's got it. He'll turn and fire. He shoots and scores. Oh, boy, Mac Morelli with a twisted wrister. A combined record of 16 wins and 4 losses in the last 20. The Legacy Sabres and the Minot Magicians. Two of the hotter teams inside of the West region come together tonight for the final regular season matchup for the Magi, second to last for the Legacy Sabres. Two red-hot teams. Two teams that are bidding for top 4 spots inside of the West region. Minot's going to finish 1 or 2. Legacy has a swarm of opportunities to finish anywhere from 3rd on down to 6. Tonight's 3 points couldn't be any bigger. Welcome in to our Shields pregame show for North Dakota High School hockey here tonight. I'm Nick Hulberg. We'll be joined by the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli. Matt was a standout at Minot High as well back in the 80s. He'll be on the call with us here tonight. It is our Shields pregame show. Shields of Minot brings you the pregame show here tonight. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions. Everything from fishing to fashion. You can shop sporting goods, clothing, hunting, and fishing gear, and so much more at Shields of Minot. They bring you the pregame show here tonight for this WDA matchup. It is senior night for the Magi. We're at the Pepsi Rink in the beautiful Magic City of Minot, North Dakota. Well, you look at these two hockey teams and you talk about the numbers at the start and the open here tonight of this broadcast. In the last 5, Legacy's gone 4-1. In the last 5 for the Magi, they've gone 5-0. 9-1 in the last 10 for Minot High, 7-3 for the Sabres in their last 10. Maybe more impressive is the numbers that these teams have impressively put up on the board. 29 points for the Magi in their last 5. 29 goals, that is. They've only surrendered 9. That's a plus 20 margin. On the other side for Mario Lamoureux's team, 19 goals for, 8 goals against, a margin of plus 11. Their scoring goals are not allowing many, and tonight they go toe-to-toe in this West Region showdown. It's a matchup from earlier on this year on the 16th of December where Minot won 3-1 down in the capital city. Here's the kicker for tonight. Legacy starting goaltender Tyler Miller, the kid that's played in every single game of the year with a 10-9 record and a 2.35 goals against average and a 91.4 save percentage, is out tonight. And the young man, Tristan Otto, the freshman goaltender that hasn't seen an ounce of varsity experience, gets the call tonight here at the Pepsi Rink. Talk about storylines. There's a big one for you here tonight. Again, it's the Shields pregame show. Shields of Minot offering so many things, everything from hunting and fishing gear to all sporting goods across the board to fashion, clothing, footwear, you name it. It's Shields of Minot. They bring you the pregame show here tonight. Let's take a look and dive into the numbers of this one. These numbers brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspections, the locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. You can find them online at inspections.com. Let's start with the 10-6 Legacy Sabres. They're led by a player by the name of Marcus Butts. The sophomore has 20 points in his sophomore campaign, 13 goals and 7 assists for the 10th grader. 17 on the year for Lucas Facey, 16 for Easton Moose. They've got some guys that can bury the puck, including Josiah Will, 13 points for him on the year. But it's a team that comes into this matchup here tonight at the end of the season that has had some trouble scoring at the same time. Only 2 players with 10-plus goals on the year, 1 player with 20-plus points on the season. What does Mountain High look like? Well, they've got 5 players with 20 or more points and 3 players with 10-plus goals on the year. The Magi are led by the 29 points from Jaden Luck, the senior captain, 13 goals, 16 assists for him. 17 assists is the lead on the Mountain High roster. And that comes from Zach Deal. He's got 23. He's the other captain up front for the Magi. 6 goals for him. But the goal leader on the year for Minot High is a freshman by the name of Matt Morelli. 15 goals, 13 assists for 28 points on the year. Mac Morelli, one of the top young talents inside of North Dakota. Some good talent across the board in this one, however, tonight on both sides and in both benches in this WDA showdown here tonight. Those numbers brought to you by Magic City Inspections, a locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, mountaininspections.com. Let's take a look at the standings brought to you by North Dakota High School Hockey.com, www.ndhighschoolhockey.com. Big thanks to Bob Gillen for his continued support of athletics in North Dakota and across the board. Bob Gillen, 23 years as the state statistician at North Dakota High School Hockey.com. In the West region, Minot number 1 right now with 44 points, 3 ahead of Jamestown. Jamestown trying to track down 2 more wins to see if they can lock in the number 1 spot in the West for the first time since 1995. Minot wins out, Jamestown wins out. They're going to be co-champions here in 21-22. The kicker is Jamestown has the goal differential tiebreaker in their favor after they beat Minot on their home ice. They would be the number 1 seed at the WDA tournament. Here's where it gets interesting. Legacy's at 3, Bismarck's at 4, Botano's at 5, Williston's at 6, Century is at 7, Dickinson is at 8 right now. Mandan's going to finish as the 9 seed no matter what. Hazen the 10 seed no matter what. The difference in points between Legacy in 3rd all the way down to Dickinson in 8th is 8 points with a handful of games across the board remaining. 29 points for the Sabres, 29 for the Demons, 25 for Botano Rugby, 24 for Williston, 23 for Century, 21 for the Midgets, and Dallas Kuntz's team down at Dickinson. Here's what Legacy has left. Minot tonight and Hazen Beulah tomorrow. Jamestown and Bismarck High will play. Botano Rugby and Bismarck Century will play. Williston's got Jamestown and Dickinson left. And Bismarck Century, as mentioned, plays Botano Rugby. Williston travels to Dickinson as well. So there's a handful of different scenarios that could happen here and where the standings are going to fall into line. Get ready for a wild finish in the wild, wild west here in 21-22. It's going to be a wild WDA tournament. We'll have wall-to-wall coverage of that next week at the VFW Sports Center down in the capital city. Hope your folks are ready for what could be one of the best WDA tournaments of all time. Again, Nick Hulberg here on the Shields pregame show. When we come back, we'll welcome in our broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli. We'll also hear from both coaches tonight. We caught up with Mario Lamoureux earlier on tonight and Jason Bennett. We'll talk to both coaches. But first, when we come back, we'll talk to Matt Morelli and get his thoughts on a Minot High hockey team that comes into tonight after a big win over Williston on Tuesday, and the Sabres club that comes in like we mentioned, red hot in Southwest Region play. Get ready for a good one tonight on the PSP Network. It should not disappoint. Thanks for joining us tonight for North Dakota high school hockey.
Remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
Senior night tonight for the Magi. Cheerleaders were recognized. The student manager, Andrew Woodbeck, has become a pretty good friend of the PSP Network. Little Woody, we call him. His dad, the goalie coach for Minot High, saluted with a pretty large ovation here tonight. It's the Shields pregame show. His legacy of Minot come together in a showdown of West Region high school hockey here tonight. Nick Hulberg joined by the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High Magician great, Mr. Matt Morelli. We'll bring Matt in now. Matt, first things first here tonight. Senior night's always kind of special, but this pomp and circumstance before, does it cause any negative effect on the game in these high school kids' days like this?
I don't think so. I think the guys, you still got to keep focused and stay sharp and remember why you're here. It's the game, and you want to salute. You want to send these guys off their last home game, and I think the guys know it's like, hey, it's time to step it up and battle hard for the seniors. This is their last time in this rink, and it's going to be a good atmosphere. It's going to be a good game. You're talking, it was I think it was a 2-goal game last time down in Bismarck, but it was early in the year, so a lot of things have changed since then.
Well, back on that night when Minot played down at Bismarck Legacy, a 3-1 victory. You've got a pretty darn good memory, Matt. 3-1 victory. Conklin had 30 stops that night. Tyler Miller had 27. Legacy outshot Minot High in that showdown that night at the VFW Sports Center. Do you expect the same kind of game here tonight? Some of those numbers I had earlier on tonight, that collectively these two teams come into the showdown tonight. Minot High's 9-1 in their last 10, 5-0 in their last 5. Legacy at 7-3 in the last 10, 4-1 in their last 5. I mean, it's two teams that are red hot here tonight. Do you expect an up and down tilt here between two teams that certainly want the points here tonight in a big bad way?
I think tonight might be a little more wide open. Legacy has obviously improved a lot since then. There are a lot of question marks at the beginning of the year, but when you got a coach like Mario, he knows what's going on. He's going to get these guys going. He just needs a little time. Not that Minot isn't, but it's like Minot's got to take advantage of let's say you're at home, take advantage of the crowd, the energy in here. These guys, it's they could be playing each other again next week at WDA. It's very possible, but Minot, you still got to get points. You want these points because you never know what could happen with Jamestown and Williston tonight. So we won't really know much until a few hours from now, but either way, keep things simple. Play the game. I think feed off of that third period on Tuesday night. Minot had a pretty solid period. I think they kind of woke up a little bit. I'm not going to say they were. It wasn't like we were playing bad on Tuesday, but I think the third period we got that tying goal, and it seemed like everything kind of took off from there. The guys started to get confident. Looked like they were having fun, and they were playing as good, playing solid as a good group. You got to do that come the end of the year. Put whatever you think aside, as far the things you've done early in the year. Just kind of forget about those. It's time to rally around. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, how can I help the team win? What can I do to contribute? Whether I'm a top end guy, or I'm on a checking line, blocking shots, chipping the puck out. You've got to do those little things. Hockey is a game like a lot of sports. Just little fundamental play can make a difference in a win or a loss. And it's going to be a tight one. It was a 3-goal game. I think it was pretty even down there in Bismarck. It was so early in the year. It seems like a long time ago, and it really wasn't. But it seems like it. I think these guys, these seniors, I think the underclassmen, they want to play hard for the older guys, and if they should be playing hard. Should be playing hard anyway. But when they know it's a special night for the older guys, I think they really want to step it up and say, hey, let's this is it for this year for at home. Let's give the fans a good show.
On Tuesday night, Minot High and Williston got together. The Coyotes came out with a 2-goal lead to start things off. Morelli brought it back within 1 at the end of 1, 2-1. Williston at the end of the first. It was 3-2 Coyotes at the end of the second. And you talk about that third period, 4 unanswered goals for Minot to come out with a 6-3 victory against a pretty tough Williston team. Any Achilles heel right now that you could see in this Magi group that needs to be corrected before tournament time? I just thought the resiliency was so good on Tuesday night. A lot of times, you'll hear Jason Bennett touch on this in just a moment in our coach's corner, but just seems like traditionally a lot of times Minot High will get behind the 8 ball and then not find a way around it. Resiliency was good for me on Tuesday night, but is there an Achilles heel, back to that original question for you, with this group right now that you could see?
Well, I think if you're Minot, like I said, get off to a good start. Come out of the gate. Take that energy from last Tuesday or 2 days ago and turn it into something positive. They don't look ahead to the West Region tournament. That's a whole another week away, and that's a whole another part of the season. It's like playoffs. I mean, it is playoffs. You just call it the West Region, but take care of what's at stake tonight. You've got 3 points on the line. Nobody wants to go in the West Region tournament with a loss. You want to go in with a positive feeling and a good attitude. Hey, we won last week. We always say about playing your best hockey in February. That's got to hold true for these guys. I think the camaraderie and the bonding and they're pulling together for each other. I think that's got to come into play. And whether you're a senior, freshman, whatever, a starter, a guy that sees more minutes than other ones, everybody kind of has to do their part to make it a good night for Minot tonight. It's
going to be a fun matchup inside of the Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena. Time to resurface our ice. Time to take a quick commercial break. We'll talk to both coaches about their hockey teams and about their opponents here tonight as we get ready for a good showdown on the PSP Network. It's the Legacy Sabres at 10-6, currently number 3 in the West, taking on the 11-3 first place Magi tonight on the PSP Network. Coach's Corner comes up next.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. It's time now for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. We're joined by the Legacy Sabres head coach, Mr. Mario Lamru. First of all, how are things going? Thanks for some time tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Things have been going well. We've kind of, obviously, with our wins and losses, had some success in the last few weeks. So just a matter of trying to continue to play the way we've been playing. And obviously tonight will be a huge test for us, playing a really strong Minot team.
I got to tell you, man, great job with bringing a team into the league, and currently sitting third right now, doing a lot better in the standings, this Legacy club is, than some people predicted. Are you feeling your way through now? Are you feeling comfortable behind the bench? Obviously, you're a guy that's got all sorts of experience at the pro level and all the way down. How has coaching been for you? Are you loving it?
I have really enjoyed my time. It's been a perfect transition for me out of playing the game. I've been involved in a lot of coaching in the area in the past, so it's not something new for me, but it's been a really fun, hungry kids that want to get better, and we've had a handful of kids that made some big strides this year and have been the difference for us turning it around.
Great job again. Legacy right now number 3 in the West region with some points on the line here, with an opportunity against Hazen at the end of the week, and Minot High here tonight to finish in one of those top 4 spots. How much emphasis do you put on home ice advantage in the postseason?
That can make a big difference. If you want to, playing against a team and you want to get certain matchups, that can play a big part in it. For us, no matter what the standings end up, we just want to go into every game, play a certain way that we've been talking about all year. And if we can do those things, we think that we can have success against any team. And, like I said before, Minot will be a tough test for us. Tristan Otto's going to get his first varsity start in his career, and, a great opportunity for him. And hopefully we rise to the occasion and are ready to play.
A kid that has played every game for you, Tyler Miller, as you just mentioned, out tonight. Does that change anything on the back end against a high-powered offensive Minot tonight?
No. We continue to play the same way we've played. Obviously, have to be urgent in the way we defend, which we've been doing, and so we'll just continue to do that. And obviously got to help a young kid out, and I'm excited to see him tonight. It's a great opportunity for him. And, hopefully we'll rise to the occasion. Kind of fun to see this lineup, 12 sophomores, 7 juniors, 3 seniors. Your leading point getter at 20 right now, Marcus Butts, only a sophomore. Future's really bright here. Do you look for anything special out of a young man like Butts in these last games coming down the stretch to lead this charge? Yeah, we've had a lot of guys, Marcus included, that have really stepped their game up. Offensively, they've, a few guys have started to have some success. But, overall, we've had guys that maybe haven't got on the score sheet but have been big contributors in us being able to play a solid game. Braxton Hager's a kid he hasn't really been on the score sheet much, but he's been an effective player for us, the last 10 games. And, we just need to continue to get contributions from guys, whether that's getting goals or whether that's, maybe block shots or playing solid defensively. And, if you get those things, you can have a chance to beat anybody. I sure appreciate your time. Best of luck here tonight. Looking forward to the WDA tournament. Great job this year, man. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Nick. That's Mario Lamru, the head coach of the Legacy Sabres, joining us here when we come back to our Tires Plus Coach's Corner and the Shields pregame show. We'll talk to Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi. It's the Sabres and Magi tonight from the Pepsi Rink.
Welcome back to our Shields pregame show and more of the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. Now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jason Bennett, here in year number 8. First of all, Coach, thanks for some time tonight. I see the big news that last night you were the MVP of the classic outdoor 5-on-5 hockey game. Tell us about that event and how you're feeling today. Are you sore at all today?
I was a little bit sore, yeah. I didn't sleep real well. I don't know if I got a cold or what happened. My body was aching. But, yeah, it's something we've done for 6 or 7 years now, and we're fortunate. We got a kind of a trophy we keep in the locker room, and us as coaches have kind of won it 3 years in a row. We've had Zach Deal on our team the last 2 years, so that helps. And then have Morelli as a coach this year helps. Some of us old guys like me, Grubb and Willard and Woody, we didn't have to go as hard. You got a couple young bucks that'll go, full bore. But I got lucky to pot a couple goals at the end there, and Willard gave me the honorary hard hat, so we'll take it, and it's something to hang my hat on, I guess.
All for fun. I saw the Facebook post. I was going to say, geez, you just need something on the back end. Maybe Chris Pronger's available next year.
We'll see.
A good one tonight lined up with Legacy, the final game of the year. This is a makeup matchup from earlier on in the season, and it's a Legacy team that comes to Minot that is on a little bit of a heat streak right now. They've fared very well at 7-3 in their last 10, coached by Mario Lamoureux. What do you expect out of this hockey game, and what do you look for on your offensive end and defensive end as well here tonight?
Everything I've heard, we haven't seen them for a while, early in December, I think, and everything I've heard, they're probably the most changed team, the most advanced team from where they were beginning to end of the year. So it's a good test for us. It means a little bit for us. We're still have a shot that one seed. I think Mario is learning as a coach. It's one thing to be a player at the highest level and coming back to coach. And we said this in our last broadcast. I think us in our 20th year, me and Grubb and Willard, we're learning more and more every year. And I think we've done as good a job this year, as we did 10 years ago. So it'll be an exciting game, and they're playing for the 3 seed. We're playing still to kind of hang on to that 1 seed, and we'll see how she goes.
I have to ask you, looking back at the notes today, at the turn of the calendar, Roseau slapped you guys around and pretty good at 9-0. But since that point, Minot High's been probably the hottest team maybe in North Dakota, certainly on the western side of the state. You think that was a wake-up call that was needed at that point in the season?
Yeah, it's a tournament we didn't get to go to last year. It's a good tournament to try to find some identity. You play really good hockey teams, and it kind of puts you, in a position to figure out where you're at, what guys you can depend on in big games. And, yeah, we did get slapped around. We weren't 100% healthy, kind of going into the Christmas break. We had some kids that were sick and whatnot, but that's good. And we played good hockey since then. We played a really good Davies team, overtime game, and they just beat Red River, the number 1 team in the state. So I think we have confidence we can play with anybody in the state, and we'll see how it goes. We've kind of faltered in the end going here the last few years, and I think the kids are kind of buying in and believing what we've got going on, and we've got a great young group, so we're really excited where we're at.
You guys had a good one against Williston just 2 nights ago, and a tough Coyote team with some of the top talent inside of North Dakota. Were you impressed with the full 51 that night in a victory, putting up some goals against Williston and Tyler Junt's team?
Yeah, and I really like the resiliency, and that's something we haven't always seen out of Minot High teams. We got down 2-0, and we could have felt sorry for ourselves and packed it in and maybe clawed back and scratched back, and we did that. We got her back to 2-1, and then we tied it up. And unfortunately, we gave up a goal late in the second period. And once again, we could have easily went away. But we responded with a power play goal, and our power play's been really good as of late. And then we kind of poured it on. So it's fun scoring goals, I know Coach Grubb would love to win a 1-0 game, and I'd like to win a 7-5 game. I don't know. That's just me. I like scoring goals. I don't like giving up goals, but it's exciting. Get the kids excited. You get the crowd into it. So yeah, we're happy with the effort. We didn't give up a whole lot in terms of shots. They had a couple plays. They threw some different stuff at us. We got an opportunity to play 4-on-4 in the offensive zone an awful lot. They had a guy kind of posted at the far blue, but it's good. It's something that we might see again down the road. I think early in the year we had a team or two do that to us, where they were just kind of flying guys and caught us off guard, and we learned from it, and we'll move forward.
Final thing for you here tonight. Zach Deal, my player of the game the other night. He's up to 23 points now, and Jaden Luck, a hard decision between those guys and some others in this group. But those 2 captains for you up front with what they're putting on paper right now as far as point production, how much of a factor do those guys have to be not only tonight but the rest of the way through here?
I think guys like that are starting to figure it out. And oftentimes you see that seniors, they've both been around. Jaden's been around for 4 years. Dealer's been around for 3, and And sometimes when you get to the end of the journey, you can kind of, you see the light, so to speak, and they're starting to see it. And we've talked to Zach. I know he had a span where he was sick throughout the year and he wasn't probably producing what he wanted to. And he's added a lot of grit and sandpaper to his game the last couple nights. He's always been wonderful in the defensive zone, and now he's starting to kind of be rewarded with some points. We changed some lines up, and we're tough now. We're two lines that are really good, and we got I don't know, you got Jaden Luck's line that's scoring goals, Benny Svanks 2 scoring goals, but now all of a sudden you got Deal, Morelli, and Esslinger, a couple kids with over 10 each. So it's a tough matchup for any team in the West region against us, we feel.
Sure appreciate your time. Best of luck here tonight. Try to track down another WDA championship.
All right, great, and we'll see you next week in Bismarck.
Sure appreciate you. Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll have the opening face-off. Brought to you by 701 Realty. It's North Dakota High School Hockey right here on the PSP Network.
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Comes back away down to Oproot, and Oproot sends it forward to Luck. Luck's got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Luck dropped it back. Morelli's in, shoots, scores! Oh, what a twisted wrister from Morelli. He made no doubt about it. Short-handed goal for the Magi. They lead 2-0.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Cambria Hall, a Minot High student with our nation's national anthem tonight. Fantastic with a capital F. Nick Hulberg alongside the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High magician, Mr. Matt Morelli, for the call tonight on the PSP Network. It's the Sabres at 10-6, number 3 currently in the West. It's the Magi at 11-3, currently number 1 in the West region, getting set to lock horns tonight. Time for our opening faceoff, brought to you by our friends at 701 Realty tonight. Andrew Goodmanson and his staff. Any idea what Goody had to say tonight?
Well, you never know with Goody. He's kind of a wild card.
He's kind of kind just a little bit. As Andrew Goodmanson would say from 701 Realty, why don't kids these days listen to Guns N' Roses anymore? We need more GNR already. Thanks, Goody. That means you're getting old, man, when you start talking about the music selection of the youngsters at the high school age.
Old veteran Goody.
Minot High's in maroon tonight. Some veterans on this team, and it's senior night. We salute them tonight. Legacies in white. Hey, there's some Motley Crue. What do you say we get this one underway?
They must have heard you.
Legacies in white, Minot is in maroon. We're underway from the Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena. Good Thursday evening to you. Minot High trying to track down their third straight region championship with a win here tonight. They can solidify that opportunity to be able to do so. It will be a co-championship with Jamestown. If Jamestown wins out on the remainder of their portion, the remaining games on the schedule for Jamestown and Minot both win out. They're going to share that crown. It will be Jamestown with the number 1 seed. All the way down the length of the ice it comes. And a stop of the play on the icing. Matt, quickly, let's look at the goaltender numbers in this one tonight, brought to you by our friends at the UPS store. UPS store located on South Broadway, and Minot is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7. Saturdays, 8:30 to 3. Noah Conklin's gone 13-7 in his senior campaign. He's played in every game for the Magi. 248 goals against average and an 89% save percentage. He goes tonight against Tristan Otto. Otto playing in his first ever varsity matchup tonight for the Legacy Sabres as Tyler Miller is out ill tonight. He's a freshman. Puck comes down into the corner. Take it back away here underneath the goal line. With it now comes Hansen. He's got it. Eli Hansen across, trying to feed it over there to Jackson Radke, but the puck's taken and fired back out to center where it comes back to Bradley. And Bradley shuffles it back up off the wall, off to Brock Jones, and ahead forward come the Magi. Double team to the far side wall Right winger on the far side. Puck comes back down into the Minot High end. That right winger was Talent Farland. Back in behind the net it comes. Minot High trying to mount their breakout. They do. They go out to center with it. But it's the Sabres at center that will dump it back in. And Noah Conklin's out of the net to play it there, where Radke goes back to the far side. Off to Esslinger. Saucer pass up through center. Too far in front of everybody in maroon and gold. And Braxton Wetzel takes it and moves it right back in for Legacy. How do you like the tempo early on here tonight?
I was going to say, how do you like those speakers down by the glass? That too. No, tempo's good. It's going to be back and forth. I think either team's got to get a couple first good shifts under your belt. And they don't want to make any mistakes early. There's a lot of time.
It's always fun to hear what comes from that ice surface. We don't have any time delays on these, so we'll try to hope that everybody keeps it PG tonight with the speakers or the microphones down at ice level, hanging on the glass of the neutral zones. Here's a drive coming. Oh, Legacy's on the board first tonight. A turnover back behind the Magi net, and the Sabres strike for first blood early in this one. 2 minutes, 12 seconds in, into the cookie jar. Josiah Wills got his 14th point of the year. Sabres are on top 1-0.
Well, I think there was just kind of miscommunication between Noah and the defenseman from Minot. Unless your defenseman has a clear path to it, you might as well just shoot it up the wall.
Off the draw comes to deal. Let's see if Will's going to get an assist on that play. With Dumpy Dobeck, we'll have the call for us in just a moment. Brock Manson up at the point. Here's Duffy Dobeck. Out in front, though it comes. It's going to be worked back to the line. All right, now let's listen in.
Even strength goal scored by number 11, Josiah Will. Assistant goals number 13, Avery McMahon.
Avery McMahon on the assist on the goal, and it's Legacy that scores first here tonight. Early in the first period, 2 minutes and 12 seconds in, if my math is correct. And on the near side wing, the puck comes back down to Swankstu. He drops it down into the corner where Deal's in after it. JV game didn't go so well tonight for the Sabres. They ended up losing that one 9-3 to the Magi. They just poured it on late in the third period. Up to center it comes now for Jaden Luck. He's up over the blue line. Luck's going to go coast to coast with it. He'll turn and fire, hit the outside of the mesh. One shot on goal tonight for the Sabres, one goal. Minot hasn't registered one yet. Now they do. Shot came in. Stop was made out in front by Otto. Away to the near side it comes, and now the Sabres are going to push back to center as they bring it into Minot High territory. Down into the near side corner. It was taken down from Caleb Moore, but it's picked back up and sent free to the far side top of the circle where it's Vasey that's got it. Sent it down in behind the Minot High net. Bradley's back in after it. Reverses it back to Radke. And Radke goes back away up to center where Deal has it here. Deal's going to walk in. He'll fire and down. Onto the pillows goes Tristan Otto. He makes his first quality stop of the hockey game.
Well, you talk about playing your own end, and they're putting a lot of pucks on down there in the corner, and Noah's got to get out back there and stop and set them up. And the Minot defensemen don't have a lot of time. Got to make quick decisions. Get that first pass on the winger stick. Your job is to head man the puck and get it out of the zone. Take the pressure off.
Off the draw, shot came in. Had save there from Otto. Comes back up now here to Gilmore. Gilmore drops it back to the point. Manson, wrist shot save. Big rebound out in front. Nobody there for the Magi. And it's Gilmore that shuffles it back down the wall. Casey Lang's got the armbands on tonight. Haven't seen Langer in a little while. Great to see him. One of the better officials in Western North Dakota, in my opinion. Kyle Stevens out there tonight as well. Stevens, a former Minot State University Beaver who won a national championship with the Beavers back in 2013. He's out there tonight. Nathan Medler's on the lines here tonight. And Jordan Kelly's got the duties of the other line official here this evening. Sabres with the puck in a 1-0 lead as it's taken up at center and sent right back in by the Magi's Gilmore. Down it came in on Otto, and Otto all of a sudden has 4 shots on goal in his varsity debut here in the Magic City against the #1 Magi. Puck comes back away to Freeman. He's in his own territory. Uh-oh, Freeman coughed that one up. My goodness. Puck comes back away underneath the net, to the Sabres have it again here. They work it around the far side wall. Back to Jones. Up to center. Luck's got the motor turning now. He's in. Luck's going to try to bring it in and fire. He's hooked on the play. And Talent Farland's going to find himself in the box. We'll have our first power play coming of the night, and it will be for the Magi.
Well, you see nice hustle by Luck there. He keeps his feet moving all the time. He's got that explosive speed. When he kind of turns up another gear, he's going to draw penalties, and that's what Minot needs. They've got to start getting probably a little more aggressive. It's early in the game yet, but you take advantage of that loose pucks out in the neutral zone.
Got to correct myself. It wasn't Farland. It was 5 instead. Braxton Hager, who goes to the box unless they've got it wrong on the board. Here's Bradley sending it down to the corner. It is Braxton Hager that's in the box. 2 minutes on the hooking call. Tied up on the far wall. Tried to poke it free. There was Luck, but out to center it comes, and Bradley's back in after it. Bradley's going to take it back now to Jaden Luck, and Luck's going to turn it back up the ice where he connects with Esslinger. Esslinger's in with it. He'll work it to the half wall, now down and deep. Shot on, fired, big stop on in front from Otto. And the puck is taken and launched the length of the ice there by Lucas Vasey. And down is Bradley in his own territory to retrieve. Here comes Jackson Bradley up to center. He's had an impressive junior year. Bradley on the season, 24 points now, leading all defensemen for the Magi. And currently doing some good things inside of the West. We've got to stop at the play. That one came all the way down for an icing.
Well, a little bit of sloppy play by Minot on the power play. You've got to make good passes. If you're going to be passing up the middle of the ice, it better be on the tape every time. You have the man advantage. You have more guys out there than them. You should be able to find that open guy and gain the entry of the zone.
Bradley's got it underneath the goal line. Talked about his numbers. He's a player that currently sits number 11 in the West region for point production with 24. But as far as defensemen are concerned, he sits number 2, only behind Jackson Ekblad from Williston, who's got 31 points on the season. Ekblad playing some forward now here at the tail end of his senior campaign. Handled down by Deal. He's going to walk in with it. He'll fire loose out in front. Oh, bouncing puck came to Esslinger. Shot it on goal. And coming across was Otto. He goes down, and that brings the Legacy fans to volume on the 7th shot of the opening period.
Well, it was the right idea going across. It just kind of took a bad bounce on Esslinger there. But you still got plenty of time. You've got to get set up, get some shots. You've got a young goaltender. You got a freshman goaltender for Bismarck. Pour some shots on him. Get pressure so you can test him and get him. He wants to get in the game, and Minot's got to get pressure on him.
Off the draw, the puck is going to be taken here. Minot High student section in full force here tonight. They've got the giant M flags with them here tonight. Gotta love seeing that extra flair from the student section here this evening. Puck worked down to Matt Morelli underneath the goal line here. He shuffles it back up to Esslinger. Esslinger up the wall, back to Swangstu, shuffled back in. Dilton Esslinger at the half wall, back to Swangstu. Pressured heavily here, he gets it off to Bradley. He's gonna fire, tipped in front there from Esslinger, maybe even Morelli. Otto went down and made the save. And the freshman goaltender for Legacy right now doesn't look like he's in his varsity debut here tonight. He looks steady Eddie with his 8th save of the game.
Well, he's getting a lot of shots, and if you're a young guy that doesn't have a lot of experience, you want shots. You don't want to be cold back there, but Minot's gonna test him tonight. It should be a lot of pressure for him.
On the blocker side of Otto, in on the draw, it's going to be taken on the near side wing. Minot High with 10 seconds of power play time here. They're going to have to go quick if they want the goal on the man advantage. Look at Morelli in the circle, calling for it, waiting for it, still calling for it. Esslinger trying to get it to him. Sabres are now at full strength and back away with it as Morelli up top, but it's taken here by Legacy and out of the zone. They push it. Lucas Vasey cleared it down, but the Magi bring it to the other end of the ice. Bradley fired that one just about 175 feet too far in front of the intended recipient, Esslinger, and it's an icing on the Magi, brought to you by our friends at Jersey Mike's Subs. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Jersey Mike's brings you the player of the week each and every week on the PSP network. Big thanks to Jersey Mike's. Tried the 99 there yet?
No.
You're going to have to, I'm telling you.
Getting me hungry.
Be prepared to go back the next day. That's what happened to me. Then I didn't go to the YMCA for a few days, obviously. Jersey Mike's a sub above. We sure appreciate their support. 1-0 Sabres on top in this West Region showdown tonight on the PSP network. Up to the point it comes. Hansen with good pressure there. Clears the zone with it. Comes back away in front of the penalty box where Gilmore sends it in and back on the retrieve now for the Sabres. Behind his own net is Talon Farland. Reversed it back to Jamison Johnson. Up to center it came. This one's going to be whistled all the way down. We'll have another icing coming here with 9:03 left in our opening period tonight.
Well, I think if you're Minot, a good kill by Bismarck there the last. But if you're Minot, it seems like we're in our own zone. We're not crisp with the passes right now. You've got, I think, a lot of times guys they don't expect it and they're not ready for it. You've got to be ready for the puck at all times. No matter where it is, in your feet. A good pass, bad pass, you got to catch it. You got to reel it in and make a play.
Luck off the draw went in against Souther. Souther won it back, but it's Luck that's got it here out front to Swangstu. He tried to fire it, but he was covered in a quick hurry there as Hager was on top of him. Jaden Luck right now in the West region currently sits number 7 in the West region as far as point production, number 17 in the state of North Dakota. He's been a good player for the Magi since his freshman year. Luck was actually my player of the game at the state high school hockey tournament in the final game of his freshman year. I remember it. Kind of emerged as a guy that we knew would be a hardworking player. It was 4 years ago now. It's weird how you remember that stuff, but he's been a kid for the last 3 that's been pretty big impact for the Magi. It's going to be sad to see him go after a senior campaign, a guy that has done a nice job of that captain position, leading the charge for the Magi. And again, we talk about him coming into tonight. He's got 29 points here on senior night. Inside the blue line, the puck's going to be touched, and it's going to be a high stick call with 8:04 left in the first. So stop of the play, 1-0 Sabres on top.
Well, I mean, I think both teams are the shots. Sometimes the shots that's like a misnomer. You don't put so much emphasis on shots. We've had a few chances, but they've had a few chances. Minot just has to get probably a little bit more pressure. I think their forecheck is so far so good, but probably maybe just got to execute a little bit better.
Puck's underneath the net. Sabres have possession. They work up top. It came across from Farland. He sent it in. That puck comes down to the half wall on the near side. Big collision there on the wall. Comes back away down to Radke. And Radke hits the brakes behind his own net. Shuffled it up here. Comes up to center. It's a 2-on-1 for the Magi. If they can go, it's going to come across the line up to Morelli, but it was taken away there on the stingy defense again from Hager. And it's going to be tied up inside the blue line where Morelli brings it back out to center. His brother currently playing in the American Hockey League, former Minot Minotauro, Minot High Magician, and Fargo Force player, Mason Morelli. Puck's taken down and deep underneath the goal line. Out with it comes Esslinger. Right back to the corner it comes. A 2-for-1 scrum, and it's Deal that's out with it here. Deal's got it back at the point, spins it back to the wall, now brings it up top. Freeman's got it, he'll walk, fire, blocker save. Loose in front, Jones came in, and there to sweep it out was Jamison Johnson. Puck's back at center where Jones handles again. Goes across the zone and taken by Freeman with the dump and chase now. Great crowd on hand here tonight at the Pepsi Rink for a high school hockey game. This place holds about 2,400. One of the better crowds we've seen this year. 3-on-1 for Legacy. They're going to bring it in. Bradley comes across and makes the stop as he went down with the long reach and upended the 3-on-1 party for the Sabres. 6:29 left in the opening period. Legacy trying to build on a 1-0 lead as they scored 2 minutes and 12 seconds into this one tonight. Puck was knocked down by Jones. He goes to center for Swangstu, and Swangstu's into the zone. Comes back to Jones, hits the brakes, tried to turn it out in front of the net. He did. It was knocked down there off of Hoon, and it comes back to the line where it's taken by Reed Cooper. He fired it in. Into the offensive zone again here for the Sabres. Here's a drive, high riser. Marcus Botts looking for 21 on the point tally. Sent that one over the glove and high. Back the Sabres, bring it up to center. This one's going to be launched all the way down. Will we get an icing? And we will. We want to tell you that our friends at Prestwich Orthodontics specialize in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer free consultations and financing options that make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Call 852-2646 or visit minotbraces.com today to get started with the free virtual consultation. It's Prestwich Orthodontics that brings you the broadcast here tonight. Good fit with orthodontics and dentists, isn't it, with the game of hockey? Did you ever lose any teeth when you played?
Nope, never did. Never did. Got hit in the mall a few times, but never have all the teeth.
Puck comes back away on the near side wing. It's taken here by the Sabres, and out it comes. Conklin leaves it on the side of the net, back for Reed Cooper. Cooper's been a nice addition back there for the Magi here this year. Sent back away behind the cage, still scrubbing for it. Gilmore trying to clear the zone. He's plastered here on the near side wing, and down underneath the goal line it comes again. Cooper's in after it here, but it's taken down to the corner by Hager again. The scrum continues on the near side wall, and the physicality knob has been turned up just a bit in the opening frame here tonight. Legacy still on top, 1-0. If you're just joining us here tonight, they scored 2 minutes and 12 seconds into the hockey game, and the goal was scored by Josiah Will, his 4th goal of the year, 14th point, to give Legacy a 1-0 lead. Minot's got a 10-2 shot advantage, but it's the Sabres on top in this one.
Well, I think Minot's just got to improve the intensity. They can step it up a little bit. We're kind of misfiring on some passes. We give up a 3-on-1 there a couple shifts ago. You can't give up 3-on-1s to any team, not to mention the teams that are right behind you. These games are big, and mistakes like that will hurt.
Puck's taken by Deal. He's going to push it up to center. Ahead for it, it comes down for Esslinger. Esslinger shuffled it back to Deal, down to Morelli in the corner. Matt Morelli pinned up down and deep. Student sections at volume in this one. Underneath it comes down where Deal gets it off to Esslinger. Quick backhand shot came towards the goal, but that one's going to be taken back away down the near side line where Aiden Deal's got it. He moves it back down underneath where Esslinger brought it back up to Matson, back to Aiden Deal, sent in, pad save down to the corner it went. Chopped at by Johnson, freed up to center, and now Matson knocks that one out of the air and goes after it in front of the Minot High bench. Into the offensive zone come the Sabres. Easton moves, has the speed down into the offensive zone, but Minot's got numbers and real estate now with Matson. He goes up the wall on the far side, trying to clear it out and unable to do so, so Esslinger just takes it for a stroll back to the near side wing. Now Deal up off the glass. Puck comes back away here. Sabres touched it at center, but a hand pass is called with 3:49 left in the opening period here tonight.
Well, I think Minot's done a good job of keeping Bismarck Legacy, their forwards on the perimeter, but Minot also same thing. They can't quite get. They've had a few shots, but everything's been from the outside. We're just not really getting the bounce of the puck yet. But there's plenty of game left. But if you're Minot, keep with it. You got to keep rolling. Roll the 3 lines. Get aggressive. Start shooting the puck more. Put anything on net.
Puck's going to be taken down by Luck, down in deep. How about the WDA playoff picture? Isn't that just crazy? Jones has it here, sends it down. Luck's got it, shot save. Oh, big one from Ottawa. He came up with the save of the game so far. Luck's going to have the hit coming here. That is going to be a call that will put Jaden Luck in the box on a 2-minute roughing call with 3:32 left in the first, and the Sabres get their first power play.
Well, big kill for Minot. You're going to take penalties. We know that. You just hate to have one of your best penalty killers in the penalty box. So Minot's got to dig deep and don't take chances. Just fire it all the way down. Don't get fancy. It's too early. It's not going to lose the game right now, but let's just kill it off and get back to 5-on-5 even strength play.
Would be a big one for the Sabres, though, at that same time, going up 2-0 here at the Magi home ice surface of the Pepsi Rink, a team in Minot High that's done a pretty nice job at home this year. They've gone 5-3 on this ice surface, and of those 3 losses, 2 of them were actually in extra sessions and shootouts against Dickinson and against Mandan earlier on this year. Puck's taken by the Sabres down and deep. They're going to work it from back behind the net. Legacy went 5-5 to this point in the season on the road. 5-4 at home for Mario Lamoureux's crew. Sure appreciate Mario's time before the game here tonight. Jason Bennett as well, of course. Coach's Corner brought to you by Tires Plus. That happens in the Shields pregame show. Across the line, one-timer. Oh, that was a howitzer. Across it came, and Johnson tattooed that one in, and the glove save came from Noah Conklin. He'll hang on to it with 2:49 left in the opening period.
Well, that's good. He hasn't had many saves yet, so I think he needs some shots, needs some attention back there to keep him awake until he's not getting cold and stiff down there.
Glove side of Noah Conklin in on the draw. Puck's taken here. It's scrum for on the near side wall. Goes back to the far where it's taken by Brock Matson, and he'll launch this one all the way down the length of the ice. Otto lets that one go to the side of the net. Deal went in after it, down and deep, and Deal killing off the penalty down to a minute remaining of Legacy power play time. They're going to bring it back to center. Back to that conversation earlier tonight with Mario Lamoureux. He certainly deserves a lot of credit for what he's been able to do here in his first year as the head coach of Legacy. Any question that he's not going to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year inside of the West Region?
Oh yeah, I think the new program, he's got the experience. I mean, they've got a lot of young guys in their roster. They only have 3 seniors, so it's going to be, they're going to be around. They're going to get better and better, and that's what these gives opportunity for a lot of these other guys to play.
Puck's taken here by the Sabres. They work it back up top. It comes down here to Souther out in front. That puck's going to be knocked out, swept out there by Deal, and it comes back in on Otto, who just sends it down to the corner. Goaltending should not be a big issue with the Legacy Sabres, as they have a goaltender coach at one of the best across the state of North Dakota, I'd have to think, and Ryan Farragher, who went on to be drafted by the Anaheim Ducks after his time with the Bismarck Bobcats, St. Cloud State alumni. Great goaltender back in the day for the Bismarck Bobcats, and a great professional goaltender as well, played in the American League. Here's a slap shot coming, sent in front. Oh, the stop was made from Conklin. Spun out of there, and it comes all the way back into Legacy territory, where Otto's out of the net to play, and he'll just sweep that one down to the corner. Minot High kills off Legacy's first power play of the night. 80 seconds to play in the opening period. Sabres have it down in deep, and it comes back to the line where it hopped past Bradley, and back on the retrieve now is Cooper, who's got it here. Shots are 12-4 Magi, but it's Legacy with the 1-0 lead. They try to add more to it with Johnson, who brings it in, sent it over to Caleb Moore, and Moore goes down to the corner. We're back in after it. It's going to be taken by Johnson, back to Moore, soccered it to him, into the corner. Hansen has the puck again here now. There was Duffy Novak with a 1-minute call. Oh, the Hail Mary pass came and fell right on top of Jaden Luck on the near side wing.
Tough break for him there. He was gone.
Sabres back into the zone. They'll carry down. High riser from Moore. That one went over the blocker side, and it comes all the way back into Legacy territory. We're back on the retrieve. With it is Johnson. Johnson away to the near side. Final 28 seconds to play in the opening period. Legacy still up 1-0. 3 seniors, 7 juniors, 12 sophomores, and 4 freshmen for the Sabres. Minot's got 8 seniors, 9 juniors, 6 sophomores, and a pair of freshmen themselves. Future's bright for Legacy. Count them down, kids. We're at 10 seconds to play. Oh, Brock Jones on the far left of your screen. Absolutely sent to Sabre for a ride, and that brings this place to volume. But at the end of one period played tonight, we've got ourselves a 1-0 hockey game where the road team is on top. Time for our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report, PremierChiropracticND.com, where you can find Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Domries at PremierChiropracticND.com. They bring you the Intermission Report that comes up next. We're through one of the Pepsi Rink tonight, and it's the road team Legacy that leads the Magi 1-0 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
We are through one period of play tonight here on the PSP Network. A showdown with the Legacy Sabres and Minot High Magicians, and it's the Sabres from Legacy on top of the Magi after one period of play. It is our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, Premier Chiropractic ND.com. Jordan Willard is ice level. He's the assistant coach of the Magi. We always like to have the opportunity to talk to Coach Willard in between periods here tonight. Legacy leads 1-0 at the end of one. Your team out shooting the Sabres 12-4 the first. Your overall takeaway in that first period of play?
I mean, I don't know if 12-4 are the correct shots. I think they outplayed us for quite a bit of the period. I think we were just a little bit lackadaisical, maybe expecting things to happen, and they didn't happen. That's a well-coached hockey team over there. There's a lot of experience on that bench, and they play a pretty gritty and grimy game, and we got to get some guys here to man up and kind of have some pushback here in the second.
Any of that pomp and circumstance for senior night take any of that energy away out of the gate in your mind here tonight? What do you do to come out flying in the second?
I don't know so much that as them getting a goal in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. That probably takes more wind out of the sails than anything. I mean, it's coming, right? It's senior night. It's going to be here. It shouldn't be anything. It should be something to be excited about. But I think we just got to right the ship here. We've bent a lot this season, especially in the first period. We're trying to figure out as a coaching staff. We've bent, but we haven't broken, and we've kind of fired back here with some nice second and third period. So go in there. We're going to tell kids, it's time to play a man's game. Buck up a little bit. Get to work, and hopefully we can pot a few.
I know it's all business right now, but I have to ask you, Mario Lamoureux was in your wedding. You guys played junior hockey together. Who would win in a game of posts right now between you and Mr. Lamoureux? Would that be a fair contest?
Well, I watched the All-Star skills competition. I'm going to take his sister. She'd probably beat both of us. She was playing there with the NHL guys and almost took all them out. So I don't know. I am a Magi Winter Classic champion for the third straight year as of last night. See Matty shaking his head. I'm sure Mac had something to say about that last night. But, sometimes, Jason Bennett wearing the game helmet last night, Woody got the gritty because he took very short shifts and let us get on the ice. So I don't know. I'm primed and ready to go.
I sure appreciate you. All for fun here tonight. Best of luck in the second.
Thanks, Nick.
That's Jordan Willard. Fun conversation with him here tonight, and a fun one with Jason Bennett earlier on tonight as well, talking about the tradition that Minot High hockey has. And that tradition is that each and every year at the end of the year, the Magi will go to the outdoor pond, and they'll end up playing shinny hockey in 5-on-5, where the coaches end up taking on the players in a showdown. And the showdown ends up each and every time, it seems, where you've got John Grubb, who was a Division I college hockey player, Jordan Willard, who played Division I college hockey, Jason Bennett, who was a pretty good player in his own right, playing for the Beavers. They take on these kids, and it seems like the last few years it's really been dominated by those coaches, all for fun, but kind of a neat thing that they do as a morale builder at the end of the year. Your thoughts on the outdoor Minot High stuff?
I think it's good. I think you need to do things like that. It's team bonding and getting together with your teammates and having some fun, and you're winding the season down. It can't be all business and pressure situations. You got to have some fun, and these guys are young kids. They're human. They want to go out and have fun, and outdoor hockey is nothing better than that. So hopefully they grew up going out there a lot and hitting those outdoor rinks. And you go down to, say, Perkins, some of these rinks in Minot, their rinks are real nice, and you can take the coaches, and they want to have some fun too. They're guys that have played a lot. Once you've grown up on outdoor hockey, it never really goes away from you. You love going out there. If you don't mind some cold, there's something wrong with you.
Well, that wind in your face is really something special when you do get to the outdoor ice rinks. I have to ask you, we're at our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report now. Legacy leads 1-0. We'll have the full stats and all that coming for you in just a moment, our whole recap in just a moment. But I got to ask you, back in your time in the 80s playing for the Minot hockey program and then off to play at Minot High before you played at North Dakota, touch on the outdoor ice and the amount of practices and games and all that stuff. I mean, that's where you grew up and actually played most of your organized hockey was outside for the most part. Is that right?
Yeah. There used to be a rink down at Longfellow School before the flood, and they tore it down. But I spent a lot of time at Longfellow and Roosevelt up at the rinks, and you practice there. In the old days, there was only one arena in Minot. It was the All Seasons Arena. You didn't have a choice but to go to the outdoor rinks if you wanted to improve your game and work on your skills. So we practiced. My dad was my coach a long time ago, and we'd go out there, and he'd take the lesser skilled guys, and they always seemed to beat the other guys, and we had a lot of fun at the outdoor rinks. It was before the cell phones came around, and even like you take like a lot of these kids. I used to take Mason and Quinn Fuchs to the rink, and we'd take turns. I'd pick up and take, and vice versa with Scotty, Quinn's dad, and there was a lot of you dropped the kids off and left them there for 3-4 hours and said, call me on the landline when you're ready to get picked up.
I remember my playing days. We used to actually Tuesday and Thursday night practices for the most part were at Edison Elementary in the outdoor rink there. It was the best if mom and dad gave you an extra $2 so you could get a Snicker bar and a Powerade when it was all said and done. But some of my best memories in life are from that outdoor ice stuff. And kind of cool that they carry on that tradition with Minot High hockey and continue that here this year as an organized practice and a game for some fun.
The outdoor rinks if you're a hockey player, you've got to spend time in the outdoor rinks if it's available. And like you're saying, you're a young kid. Edison, I didn't go start skating there until I moved up there, but you get your buddies, you get games, you all throw your sticks in the middle of the ice, and one guy closes his eyes and throws half the sticks to one end and half the sticks to the other, and that's what team you're on. And you play, you'd get cold, you go warm up. You warm up, go back home and play. You just did it over and over, and it's like you're saying, couple dollars went a long way back in those days. We used to buy hockey cards. They would sell hockey cards in the warming house, and boy, they were 25 cents a pack. So if you had a $5 bill, it was your food and a couple packs of hockey cards. But boy, there was nothing better than going on a Saturday or Sunday and skating all as the time they opened up till 9 o'clock when they closed. Most of the outdoor rink guys were pretty good guys. They just kind of let you did whatever you want as long as you behaved yourself.
The glory days, gotta love it. Young kids out there spend the time at the outdoor rinks. That's where a lot of that skill is developed. 1-0 at the end of one. Couple skilled hockey teams here, and a hard hat lunch pail type of team that Mario Lamoureux has, a team that doesn't have a whole ton of flashy talent up front or a ton of point production on the season, but man, they just play it the right way, and right now they're playing it the right way to a 1-0 lead at the end of one. Here's the recap of the period brought to you by our friends at Mason Kramer Photography. Mason Kramer Photography is the home for game action shots and senior portraits. Find him online, masonkramerphotography.com. He's actually here tonight shooting this hockey game at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Mason Kramer, great guy, great photographer as well. Josiah Will got things started in the opening period tonight. Will put one on the board at 2:12 of the period. An even strength goal. Avery McMahon had the assist to the 14th point of the year for Josiah Will. His fourth goal put Legacy up 1-0. The only goal to report in the opening period. Shots in the first favored the Magi in a big way. Shots were 12-4 Minot High at the end of one. Power plays, each team had a power play opportunity, and neither team scored on the man advantage. Minot won the faceoff category 9-7, and according to the official scorekeeper, James Knutson, down in the penalty box. Big thanks to James, by the way. Officials' quality scoring chances were 2-1 in favor of the Magi. We're through 17 minutes here tonight, and on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, it's the Sabres 1, Magi nothing. Time for the second period when we return here to the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day. Time for our second period tonight. Minot trailing in this one. 1-0 to the Sabres from Legacy. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call on the PSP Network. We sure appreciate you folks for joining us here tonight for the final regular season game of the year for the Magi. It's senior night for the Magi here tonight. Dan Emery, former Minot High goaltender and a referee down in Bismarck, checked in tonight. Good friend of the PSP Network. Great official as well. Danny sent a photo from 22 years ago on senior night. An awesome photo of him on senior night back here in the Magic City. That would have been at the old All Seasons Arena, his mom and dad in that photo. And there's just a lot of pure joy in that photo. Fun to see that stuff, Dan. Hope things are going well. We'll see you in about a week at the WDA tournament. PSP Network will be there with the call of every game of the WDA tournament. I'm going to be busy that 3 days next week in Bismarck for sure. Minot's going to bring it into the zone. Here's Esslinger. He's got Morelli with him. Turns it on. Otto made the stop. Comes back. Shot came in. Oh, went just wide. And the puck goes back away up to the line where Bradley's got it. He shuffles it back down. Underneath the goal line it comes and away. Underneath the net it comes away to the near side wall where the scrum continues for it. 2-for-2 battle on the wall. Up to Morelli. He's going to walk and fire all right off the goaltender's mask. Comes back up to Morelli. And Morelli's got it here. Dropped it down. Do you think that was intentional?
Well, I don't think so. But trying to pick that top corner. The main thing is we're hitting the net. We just good pressure here by Minot. Got to keep going.
Puck comes away to the far side. The only reason I say that is I know some guys that can snipe it and guys that can pick their spots. Once in a while, don't mind putting one right off the square of the goaltender's mask just to say hello and see if they can rattle him just a bit. Comes up here to Cooper. Bouncing puck right out in front. It's going to be worked on here by the Sabres. They've got it. The backhand is going to be sent up now here to Avery McMahon, who sends it all the way down. We've got our first icing of the second. And Minot High coming out like a buzzsaw here to start the middle period.
Well, that's what you need. You got to start off good. It'll probably be too long of a shift for Minot there, but we'll take the icing, and now it's just win this face-off and get some more pressure and get to this goalie. You got a young goaltender with no experience. They've got to get pressures. Throw everything on net. Who cares where it's from? Just hit the net.
Freeman off to Jones. Down to the corner. Jones was taken down to the wall. Comes back up. Here's a drive. On angle shot out in front from Swangstu. Otto made the save. And it's taken by the Sabres. They push back up to center again. Minot High's got pressure in the neutral zone, though. They dump it back into Legacy territory, but now it's the Sabres up to center, and Caleb Moore is going to carry it down here for Legacy into the offensive zone where it comes underneath the goal line. Here's a drive coming. Conklin on angle shot, save, rebound, second opportunity. Stop came again from Conklin. Puck comes back to the point, works across the line. Farland's got it here. He sends it down. Underneath the goal line it comes. The scrum continues in deep with Moore and Freeman. The puck is freed here to Luck, who goes out to center. And Talon Farland's got it back here. 2 points for him on the year. He dumped it down, and the Sabres go off for a 4-for-5 change. And on the near side wall, Minot High trying to clear with Radke. Couldn't get it out. And it's held in at the point here by the Sabres, who dump it down in from Hager again. And on the wall on the near side, it's Jones who shuffles it back in. Spun away to the far side. Got past Gilmore. Here's a drive coming. Minot High having some trouble clearing here with the pressure from Legacy. Now Brock Jones whistles it out and down. This one's going to come down. Icing waved off. Gilmore's in after it. And Gilmore right in front of the Zamboni door, causing trouble for the Legacy D-man, Joel Anderson. Puck's taken here and flipped up to center. Deal gloves it, knocks it down, sends it back forward. And Eli Hansen's got it with a backhand, and he'll dump it down into the corner. And after it are the Sabres. Gilmore takes it away behind the net. Freed now over to Riley Hagan. Here comes the Let's Go Minot chant from the student section. Madsen at the point, sends it in. That one went wide. Puck comes back away now. Here's Gilmore, shoots. Oh, Gilmore scored. Gilmore's got his first goal as a Magician, and he puts it through the wickets, and it's 1-0 Magi. Thanks to Gilmore's goal, his first point for the Magicians.
You meant 1-1. I think you said 1-0.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1-1, yes.
1-1, tied up. I was testing you.
That's only the fourth mistake of the year. Better mark that one down.
I'm not counting. You don't have too many of them.
Gilmore puts it through the 5-0. I was just so excited for the Gilmore kid getting one on the board and on his score sheet for the season. Nice job from Gilmore to make this a 1-1 hockey game.
Well, if you're Minot, take that and go. Feed off that energy and the momentum. We said you've got to get off to a good start. Minot knows they didn't play a very good first period. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the Minot hockey that they've been accustomed playing in that third period of that Williston game. Now let's get back to playing hard 5-on-5 hockey.
Madsen and Hansen in on Gilmore's first. And we're tied up at 1-1. Morelli brings it back in, sends it over to Esslinger on the near side. Esslinger's got it down in deep. And the puck's going to be taken down by the Sabres. They shuffle up the wall. Mattsson's got it again. He just goes cross corner with it. And it's Morelli scrumming for it down in deep, but it's the Sabres that are going to have it here on the near side wing. No, it's Mattson again. Mattson at the point, sent it in, but it's going to be sent right back out by Legacy. This icing brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Here with 12:48 remaining in the second. When a guy like Gilmore scores for Minot High, a senior here on senior night that hasn't played in every varsity game this year, that has to bring the bench alive a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh, I think so for sure. If those guys aren't all jacked up on the bench, that's what you need. We talk about contributions from other guys. It can't be your top two lines all the time. You need guys to step up, take one. They don't have to be fancy. Just get it towards the net, and good things will happen.
Play from Bradley at the line, kept it in momentarily, and now here comes Jones with it. Jones tried to send it out in front. That was Luck, the high trailer. But it's the Sabres with possession, and they bring it back up to center. They've got a 2-on-1 into the zone. Sent across, out in front. Conklin made the stop. Opportunity was there for Johnson. And the puck comes back away on the near side. Over to the far it goes, where it's Luck that tries to shovel it out. They turned it over. Shot came in. Stop Conklin. Wrap around. Save again. Conklin bailed the Magi out on that one. And the puck comes back away up to the near side wing at the half wall now. Down and deep it comes for the Sabres. 5 minutes into the second. Gilmore's got Minot on the board. And the Magi tied this thing up after the goal in the opening period from Josiah Will for the Sabres. And it's a 1-1 hockey game.
Well, it was a good shift by Bismarck. Bismarck's kind of had a good push back there. And if you're Minot, you've got to get better in your own zone. Defensive zone play is so important. Coaches can't stress enough about it, how big it is, and making smart plays. You don't have a play, it's got to be chipped high off the glass. You have turnovers, they lead to goals.
You know what the difference maker from the first to the second was? They played Guns N' Roses "Welcome to the Jungle" to start things off in the second period.
I heard that. Yeah, that was you must have radioed down to Howie down there.
I think either that or they were listening to as Andrew Goodmanson would say tonight, he was wondering why Guns N' Roses has gone away. Little Beastie Boys as well here tonight. They do a great job in the box, don't they? They really do. Puck's taken here by the Sabres. They're into the zone with it. Clear look, a wide open shot came there from McMahon. That was Strider McMahon looking for his 8th point to the year. But the waffle board save from Conklin brought the puck back to center. Gilmore had his man lined up. He had to avoid a check, and now Gilmore's got it again here. Dump and chase for the Magi. The old school play now for the Magicians as they send it down. In after it, Gilmore's got a hit on the wall on the far side wing, and up to center it comes now for Souther, who's in. Souther spins away from a check, drop down. Defensive stop from Mattson. Puck's freed for Morelli, and Morelli starts it up to center. It's a 2-on-4 the other way for the Magi. Morelli makes a move, though. He's in with it. And Morelli just takes it down on angle shot. Put it off the side of the pad from Otto. Puck comes back away now on the far wing. Up to the line it comes. Across from Radke. Hit traffic there, and we go back the other way down for the Sabres, who are in with Josiah Well. Hello. Radke got into him. That brought the Magi fans to volume, but it's the Sabres with possession again back in their own territory.
Well, we've stressed physical play. You need to do it. You've got to slow them down. You don't have to make a giant hit, but just enough to kind of throw them off what they want to do.
Minot's taken 84 penalties on the season. That's a fine line to walk. 84 penalties for the Magi. They've drawn 119 on the year. They've been very disciplined. 89 penalties for the Sabres. Their opponents have taken 85 on the year. Puck comes back away to the near sideline. Radke's got it here. And here's a chance the other way down for the Sabres. This is Marcus Butts in top shelf. Oh! Highlight reel goal for the point leader for the Sabres. Butts has his 14th of the season. And it's 2-1 Legacy as that one rattled the bar on the top shelf right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
Not sure what Minot was thinking there, but if you can't pinch and make plays like that if you don't have a forward coming back. Butts just had too much speed and blew by everybody there. Nice shot.
Great shot from Butts. 13 goals, 7 assists for 20 points coming into tonight. We talked about him in the pregame show with Mario Lamoureux tonight, how big of a factor that kid needs to be for this Legacy team. And it's fair to say his factor is a bit of an X factor tonight now as the Sabres lead 2-1 on Marcus Butts' 21st point of the year. Swanks to out front. Oh, big save, Otto. He went down and made the stop. Puck comes back into the near side half wall. Take it back away to the far side. Avery McMahon's in on the Butts goal. That's going to be 15 from 13. And the Sabres have the lead back at 2-1. Puck's at center ice. Bouncer right in front of us here at the penalty box. Goes back away to Luck on the near side. Across it came from Cooper. Dump and chase again for the Magi. But it's right back out to center where Bradley has it here. Bradley up into the offensive zone. Got it to Luck, who went to Jones. He had his pocket picked on the near side. Comes away to the near side wall, and then it's taken back here by Reed Cooper. Back the other way come the Magi. This is a 3-on-3, and the Magi just dump it down and go off for a change here. Puck comes back away now off to Gilmore. Tried to center it out in front to Hagen. He did. Here's a drive. He shoots. Oh, he scored! Gilmore got it to Hagen, and Hagen puts it up over the glove, and Hagen on the season's going to pick up goal number 1 on the year. A couple guys that haven't been on the sheet yet get their first as Magicians, and it is a 2-2 hockey game.
Well, we've said before, you got to have spread the scoring around. You just can't count on certain guys. Some guys, your top guys aren't going to score every night. You need guys down the lineup to chip in. That's huge for their confidence, getting some timely goals.
25 from 28, and the Magi tie it right back up. Shot on goal. Conklin made the save. Let's listen in to Duffy Doback. Hagen from Gilmore. We've got ourselves a Deuces matchup at the Pepsi Rink. Don't forget Legacy trying to lock in a third-place spot in the conference. Minot is trying to win their 3rd straight region title. There's some other factors in that. Jamestown could have the ability to win the West region as well. Big hit on the near side wall, frees the puck. Now into the zone come the Sabres. Here's a shot. Big pad save there from Conklin. As out in front, Josiah Will fired one in. Shots are all of a sudden 16-13. Minot's got the advantage here, but it's a 2-2 hockey game, and this one here, the second, has been up and down, a prize fight. Holyfield and Tyson, if you will, and it's up and down right now. Is this the style Minot would like in this showdown here tonight?
Well, no, I don't think Minot wants to get into this back and forth end to end, but Minot's got to do a better job of playing the body. You got guys that are going through 3 guys without even being touched and walking in on Conklin. He can't expect to save those every time. Minot's got to, they're watching the puck too much, I think.
Down to the corner it comes where Deal shuffles it around the wall. We've got a rowdy atmosphere in here tonight as well. That student section's full again. They've been good here for the Maroon and Gold this year. Lead pass across to Morelli from Radke. Too far down it went, and that's an icing brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics. Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. We offer free consultations and financing options to make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Call them at 852-2646 or visit minotbraces.com. Blocker side of Noah Conklin. Face off to be taken by Marcus Butts and Jaden Luck. Butts wins it back. Luck around after it. Dropped it back to Bradley. Hounded by Moore. Back away with it now underneath the goal line. Spinning away with it there is Marcus Butts. Back to the point. Shuffled around the end boards and after it in the near side corner. It's going to come back into Gretzky's office behind the net. Sabres have possession. Back up top they come. Cross from Hoon, makes a move. Hoon's going to turn and fire. That one hit Reed Cooper. He blocks another shot, and Cooper has 2 shot blocks in a row there. Then Towers one way up to the blue line. Minot High's going to try to clear the zone. They do. Right back in with it come the Sabres. Taken right back by the Magi. Where's it at? Down at center. Moore had it in his skates, and now it's fired ahead forward here on the near side wing. Puck's freed by the Magi. Into the zone they come with Big Brock Jones. Back now to Luck. Now Swangstu. Jones. Oh, underneath the goal line. Back in front. It came to Swangstu. And the puck goes away to the far side. Taken here by the Sabres out to center. Butts is back in. Looking for his second of the game. Fired one on. And Conklin goes down and hangs on to it. 5:53 left here in the second. We've got ourselves a dogfight.
Well, we're getting into the zone, but we're trying to make one too many moves. It seems like a lot of times, and sometimes you just have to chip in the corner and let somebody that's got more speed coming in. Just let them go and be aggressive and go in the corner. It's not probably ideal. Sometimes doesn't always look the prettiest, but it just seems like we're losing a lot of pucks at the Bismarck blue line.
Flipped up to center. This drops right at the center ice faceoff dot where the Pepsi logo sits here at the Pepsi Rink in Minot. Been about 6 years now inside this arena. Fantastic place. One of the best hockey venues in the state of North Dakota. The bowl-type seating here. A couple championship banners hanging the rafters here for the teams that make this their home ice surface. The Toros in the North American League have a Central Division title back in 2017-2018. Minot State University Beavers have a title from 2013 and one from 19 as well. The Magi have 2 banners of their own. State champions in 92 and in 2015. Loose puck out in front of the blue paint, and away with it come the Magi. They've got numbers, 3-on-2. Esslinger off to Deal, back to Esslinger. Dropped it back, Morelli, toe drag, turned and fired, gets it back. Shot on goal, save, rebound, loose in front. Oh, Deal could not pull the trigger, and the Sabres bring it back up to center. Taken here by Morelli, he's going to dump it down, and Minot's line of Esslinger, Morelli, and Deal go off for a change. Frees some real estate here for the Sabres, and now it's Manson back in his own territory. Manson fired it right off the lid there of Strider McMahon. Manson gets it back, goes over to Reed Cooper. Lays there for Hagen, and Hagen frees it now where Gilmore's got it back behind the net. Sent out in front. Up top it comes, taken by the Magi and Eli Hansen, who's up to center. Hansen turns the burners on. He's in. Top of the circle, Hansen trying to go back to Gilmore. 2-point night for Jaden Gilmore tonight. He scored the first one of the game for the Magi. He had an excellent dish on the second goal tonight where he gave it off to Hagen, and Hagen netted his first as a Magician. Bradley up to center. Plenty of space here for Anderson. Went to the far wall, then Gilmore sent it in. Under 4 to play in the second period. Here come the Sabres to center again. Taken away by Luck, and Luck with a backhand. Just pitchforks this one back into offensive territory. Taken now here by Jones. Sent it out in front. Nobody there for the Magi. And we go back up to center again. Sabres have possession here back in their own territory. How about this entertaining matchup tonight in WDA play here at the Pepsi Rink? Up to center and into the zone it comes. Moose has it here. Fired in ahead forward without a stick down to the corner is 13. That's McMahon. But a power play is coming for the Sabres as Casey Lang had the call on the slash that Jackson Bradley commits. And we've got our second power play of the game for the Sabres coming with 3:19 left here in the second period.
Well, it just seems like there's a lot of sloppy play in the neutral zone by both sides. But you've got to kind of settle down, get control of the puck under some, be calm and cool with it. Make a play. You don't have to just throw it away every time you feel some pressure. A lot of times we're throwing the puck away and there's nobody on us. Not that Bismarck hasn't done it, but it seems like we've been doing it more.
Out of the zone it comes. Offsides will be the call with 3:13 left here in this middle period. Stick around for our Shots Crossroads postgame show tonight. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. I was there yesterday. I had the ham and cheese balls for an appetizer. And I just had the 2-egg breakfast. 2 eggs, hash browns with cheese, of course. 2 sausage patties and toast. No banana cream pie yesterday, though. It was only 11 in the morning, so figured the ham and cheese balls were probably enough.
Save that for another time.
Shots Crossroad, the postgame headquarters. Team buses are always welcome when you come to the Magic City. Sent out in front. Moore with a backhand. Sent it wide of the cage. He's got it again here. 1:25 of power play time. Up top, one-timer coming. Slap shot knocked down by the skate of Manson. And into the corner it goes where they scrum out it again. Back up to the point. Deal tried to force it out of the zone. He couldn't. Work back down and deep. Moore's got it. Spins it out in front. Over to the corner it comes, and now it's back in behind the net where Radke's got it, and Radke fires this one 200 feet all the way down. 1 minute complete on the second power play of the night for the Sabres. 0 for 1 on the man advantage here in this hockey game. They've got possession back in their own territory with Johnson. Back away to the near side it comes, and up to center. It's taken by Josiah Will, hounded by Morelli, and now Will's going to free it into the zone. Come the Sabres. And it's taken away again here by Hansen. Can he clear it? He can't. Morelli's there to help out. He pushes it out, and now it's taken back at center again here from Legacy. Boone's got it on the near side wing, trying to move it out of the zone for the Magi was Radke, and he does. How about the Legacy Sabres in their first year in school history playing sanctioned ice hockey inside the West region, putting together a 10-6 mark? They deserve a lot of credit here in 21-22. This is a team coached by Mario Lamoureux, the former captain of the University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux. What a pleasant surprise they've been inside of the conference. Here comes Hansen, sent it out in front, nobody there. Comes back away down to Gilmore, just goes out to center. Reed Cooper's got it, he'll dump it down. Bradley's out of the box. And Minot High skates 5-on-5 again now as they kill off Legacy's second power play of the game.
Good kill by Minot High there.
Here comes the 1 minute call from Duffy Dobeck in 4 seconds. Thank you, Duffy. Puck comes back down for Bradley in his own territory. Bradley back in behind the net, pounded there. He's going to free it. Turned over here. Sabres have it. Shot came out. Save rebound. Shot again. Conklin goes down, and he hangs on to it. Legacy's pressure down in deep in Minot High's defensive zone has forced the Magicians to make some deadly turnovers in this one.
Well, you're going back to retrieve the puck. You've got to be, if your partner's going to call for a reverse, either one, it's got to be better communication there. I don't think there's a lot of talk out there, but Minot can't be turning the puck over like that behind their net. Bismarck, they're just waiting for that opportunity.
Swagster's got it in behind. Sent it off to Luck. On the near side wall, senior captain up to Jones, and Jones is in after it. Jones behind the goal. Uh-oh, he went down. Puck's going to be taken here by the Sabres. They try to clear it out. Bradley couldn't hold it there. We're down to the final 27 seconds of the period. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 20 seconds right now. Puck away to the near side. Jones pushed forward into the zone. It comes for Luck. He sends it across. Swings to fancy move and drive. Oh, Otto made the stop on him. That was a big one there. Final 9 seconds. Puck comes back away down to the Sabres. They're going to come back away to the near side. One more chance here. They need to fire quickly, though. Here's a drive on goal. They make the stop. Make the shot, I should say. And the stop came from Conklin, and then a little snow shower at the end of our second period. Matt, your thoughts on that second, worth the price of admission? Hey?
Well, boy, Minot had a golden chance there right at the end, Ben. I think he had more time than he thought. He thought he was going to deke him, but give credit to Bismarck's goaltender. Now the shots are about even, so Bismarck turned up their offense a little bit, where Minot, but still some play that I think they've got to start playing more physical. When we're physical, it seems like a different team. But when we're not hitting out there, it's just a lot of, it seems like they're unsure of what to do, and we're throwing the puck away when nobody's there. Or you're throwing it up the wall, and there's not a winger there. You're throwing, if it's nobody winger there, it goes right to their defenseman. It's going to be a point shot on the Minot goaltender, and you can't give Bismarck opportunities like that, because when you play good teams and better teams, it's going to be a long night.
2-2 at the end of 2 tonight. 34 minutes complete to the 51 that are scheduled in regulation play tonight from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Hang on tight. This is going to be a good one down the stretch. 2-2 hockey game at the end of 2. Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report comes up next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The 30-inch galactic pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. And Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Thanks for buying some prune.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day. Well, if you like action-packed hockey games, this one's for you. That second period was up and down. Minot scored twice. Legacy scored once, and we're deadlocked at 2-2. It's our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Alongside of former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux and former Minot High Magician Matt Morelli, I'm Nick Hulberg. Glad to have you aboard here for this matchup tonight. Time to take a look at our game reset brought to you by our friends at Clean Tech. 24/7 disaster response and restoration services can be found at Clean Tech. Find them online, cleantechllc.us. Clean Tech coming to the rescue since 1992. We'll start at the top. 2 minutes, 12 seconds in. Josiah will put Legacy on the board. Avery McMahon had the assist. 1-0 at the end of one. Legacy was on top. Jaden Gilmore at 3:30 of the second scored his first goal as a Magi. Eli Hansen and Brock Matson had the assists on the goal. Then the Sabres took a goal out of the board and took the lead back. An even strength goal scored by Marcus Butts. Avery McMahon had the assist. And then at 8:33 of the period, Jaden Gilmore had a beautiful feed for Riley Hagan, and he scored. And Minot High tied it back up at 2-2. Shots in the first were 12-4 in favor of the Magi, 13-6 in favor of the Sabres in the second. Total shots are 18-17. Minot's got the advantage there. Quality scoring chances, 5-4 in favor of the Magi. Minot High's won 3 more faceoffs at 16-13. And the goaltender saves in this one. Noah Conklin's got 15 stops. Tristan Otto has 16. Matt, your thoughts on that stat line? Anything hop off the paper for you there? Obviously the shots on goal in the second for Legacy. Probably the big number on that score sheet after being outshot in the first. They turned it around in a big way in the second.
I think Minot had a good start to that second period. They came out with some good pressure right in those first couple of shifts, and then it kind of swung back to Legacy's in their advantage. But Minot, I think, it's just got to get. They've got. I mean, you can't, get rid of those. You shouldn't be nervous about handling the puck. It seems like we're just making a lot of panic type plays. Can't do that when you have the puck. You're a player. You want the puck. You want the puck on your stick. There's times when to dump it down the ice or chip it off the wall if you're under pressure. But for the most part, you got to be kind of calm and cool. Look for that open man. I don't think there's enough communication out there by either team. But I think if you're Legacy, they like where they're at. It's tied. They outplay. I think they definitely had a lot more shots. But Minot's got to eliminate those odd man rushes. We got lucky a few times, made some nice plays, but you can't, against, no matter what, you're just flirting with disaster. If you give up outnumbered chances like that, a couple plays where Minot pinched in, got beat, our defensemen were not really standing flat-footed, just didn't have the speed to match up with a couple of Bismarck Legacy's forwards that can really skate. You can't leave your goalie out hanging, can't leave him out to dry like that. You've got to tighten up defensively. There's a lot, you got one period to go, full 17. Now it's time to. It's going to be a battle, but you've got to limit your mistakes. You can't have anything that is going to give a clear-cut advantage for Legacy.
Update on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard from around the region tonight. Big thanks to Bob Gillen from North Dakota High School Hockey.com. He checked in tonight. Bob, we appreciate what you do. Thanks, man. Fantastic stuff. Jamestown Downs, Williston, 3-0. So that makes things interesting not only for the Magi, but also for the Sabres as well. Gives them a little bit of breathing room. If they can get out of here with the win tonight, they go to Hazen tomorrow to take on the Hazen-Beulah North Stars. And, I don't know how else to say it, but it's just Hazen, it needs to get out of the league, really. I mean, it's not doing anybody any favors when they've been outscored the way that they have. But you look at it, and it's almost a guaranteed 3 points tomorrow for Legacy. That's the way, that's not how conference play is designed, and it's not good for anybody, is my argument to the whole thing. It would be better for Hazen, and somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but it would be better for Hazen to play junior gold hockey where they would have the ability to win some games and grow that program in a more positive light, I would have to assume. They haven't had a winning record since back in 2012 or 13, I think it was. And winning, that record was more like 500. So with that being said, I'll be off my rant there. It's no offense to anybody down there. It's just I'd like to see that for the league itself. But it's a gimme point tomorrow night for the Sabres, so they're going to have 3 more. These 3 points on the line tonight in this final third period of play are absolutely monstrous, not only for Mario Lamoureux's Sabres, but for the Magi as well, knowing that Williston didn't win tonight, Jamestown won. It's a must-win situation here for the Magi if they want to be a region champion here in 21-22. Jamestown's got Bismarck High left. Do you think that's part of the conversation in the room at all with either coaching staff, or do you just leave that off the table in between periods?
I think you just, you don't say anything. You just keep playing, worry about this game, what's going on tonight. Minot, same thing. You hope these guys aren't looking forward to next week and where are we going to play, where are we going to be in the standings, or who are we going to be playing. I mean, they should be focused on legacy, playing, doing the right thing, going into the West Region tournament on a high note. Like we were saying, you don't want to go in there on a sour note while coming off a loss. That's not good. But you knew legacy was going to come to play. They're well coached, probably as good a coaches as anybody in the state with experience. And it just sometimes takes coaches a little bit to get guys to buy into their system. Every guy has a different way of doing it, and legacy is they're going to be solid for a lot of years to come. They've got a lot of young guys, credit to them. So Minot's got to let's just see how Minot reacts to this tie game here. It's going to be a tough one. Probably I would say look for the coach both sides to shorten up the benches a little bit and go, but you got to keep your shifts short. Short shifts, get your top guys out there. You go with percentages. The more they're out there, the better chances of something good happening offensively.
Don't forget the storyline tonight that the young man in goal for Bismarck Legacy getting the call tonight for the first time this year, Tristan Otto, hasn't played any varsity minutes here this year. They're starting netminder Tyler Miller out with illness, and that puts Otto into the pipes here tonight. He's been pretty solid, to say the least, in this showdown tonight. The freshman doing his part.
Well, he's not playing like a freshman, but Minot has got to get more. They've got to generate more pressure. You've got to get back to, like, say, that first period where he had 11, 12 shots. Minot needs 15, 20 shots this period. Some are going to find the net. You just got to get pressure.
Minot's in maroon, Legacy's in white. If you're just joining us tonight, we're underway for our third period of play from the Pepsi Rink in the Magic City. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here tonight. Buckle in tight. This third period should be worth the price of admission. Puck's down to the corner. Delayed call coming here on
Minot.
The Magi. Kyle Stevens had the call, and to the box will go. Who's going to go here? I missed it. I apologize. Kyle Stevens.
I think they forgot the number, but it's got to be Jones or one of the wingers. I don't think it was Jaden Luck. Yeah, that's what I thought. Defenseman, sorry. Cooper.
Reed Cooper's going to the box. Kyle Stevens comes over and he bends down to have the conversation with Mike Kelly Sr., who's running the clock here tonight. And anytime the ref bends down like that, it usually isn't a good sign for the team that's been charged. And here for the Magi, it's not. It's a 5-minute power play coming for the Sabres with just 18 seconds complete in our third period of play. This will be the third power play of the game for the Sabres. They're 0 for 2 on the man advantage here tonight. And this one's a 5-minute major. Well,
that throws a little different side to it, the power play, but Minot's got to, I think, positive and kill it off. It's gonna be a tough to kill off for 5, but if you're Legacy, you can score as many as you want, so they want to get shots and they want to get as many as they can.
18 seconds complete here in period number 3, and here comes the Sabre power play for 5 minutes on the major. checking from behind the call. Offsides the call there, and the faceoff will come back out into the neutral ice area. 28 seconds complete now in the third. Well, again, the Magi, when you look at what they've done on the year, since their time in Roseau where they got spanked by the Rams 9-0, they've gone on a pretty solid heat streak, 9-1 for them in their last 10. Biggest win on the year was an 8-1 victory at Bismarck Century earlier on this year. Biggest loss, 9-0 to Roseau. If you look at their last 5 games, they've scored 5 or more each and every night in their last 5. Pretty impressive numbers for the Magi, outscoring their opponents in the last 5, 29-9. Legacy's been no slouch either. 19 goals for, 8 against in their last 5 games and a 4-1 mark. This puck taken here by Esslinger, and he launches that one all the way down to the other end of the ice, where it's going to lay back right in front of the goal line, where it's going to be picked up here by the Sabres, and they go to work on their power play here with Jamison Johnson. A minute complete to the 5-minute major. Up through center it comes now for the Sabres. Is into the zone. It's taken by Butts. He's got a goal here tonight. He's back in behind the net. He works it around to the near side up top. That one hopped over the tape of Matt Souther, and back in after it for the Magi is Jaden Luck, who's on the kill. Luck couldn't get a handle on it. Puck got stuck underneath the goal line. It's going to be freed up to center, and back we go now here for the Sabres, who carry down on angle shot. That one off of Conklin on the opportunity from Strider McMahon. To the point, and then away to the near side. Top of the circle, sent across the slot. Taken here by Madsen, and Madsen clears it all the way down. I've been impressed with Madsen on the blue line here for the Magi.
He's played solid. He's getting more minutes. That's going to build your confidence. That's what we need when you have guys banged up or in the penalty box. We got to use everybody.
Morelli's got it here. Eli Hansen's got it. He'll dump it down. Across the board, I've been impressed with the Magicians team as a whole. I had them as the number 4 team inside the West region coming into the season in my preseason polls. That was just my thoughts on where teams would fall into place. They've been a big surprise at the top of the ladder inside of the WDA. Maybe not a big surprise, but I thought that they maybe weren't going to be as solid as they have been. Top to bottom, they've been pretty darn good with a lot of depth and some scoring power. Noah Conklin's been good in the pipes for them. It's going to be an interesting tournament next week. Starts a week from today at the VFW Sports Center. I can't even wait for that one. It's going to be a tournament for the ages. Of course, we get to listen to our good friend Dan Durkee on the mic down at the VFW Sports Center.
Maybe we'll put the shots up this time.
I really hope they do. Puck's back in behind the net. We're down to 2 minutes, 5 seconds of power play time for the Sabres as Jones out to center. Here comes Deal. He's got a rush in on Otto, and Otto's just going to go down and make the safe play. He'll hang on to it.
Good kill by Minot so far. You've got about 2/3 of it killed off, and Legacy was struggling to get kind of making a good exit out of their own zone. That's what Minot you need to do. You've killed off 3 of it. Now just look at it as a regular kill. Okay, we can kill off 2 more minutes of it and get back to 5-on-5 is what Minot wants to be at.
Off the draw, Jones has it here, up to Freeman, across for Bradley. He'll fire it off the glove of Otto when it goes down to the corner. We're in after it is Brock Jones again. Under 2 minutes on this 5-minute major. Check from behind, call on Reed Cooper. Up to center it comes now for the Sabres. They work it across here into the zone from Carter Johnson. Back across up top. Stick handled on, now worked back at the line, away from Johnson it comes. Up top it comes again. Here's a drive, hit Bradley. Bouncing puck comes all the way back to the point for Johnson. One-timer on a tee. That one whistled just wide on the glove side. Comes all the way back into Sabre territory, and with the puck now it's Johnson again. Twirls it back into his own zone. He's hounded there by Jones. Make that Swanks to rather. Luck had the hit there. The puck's free down to the corner. Minute 5 remains of power play time. Taken by the Sabres underneath the goal line. Far side wall. Avery McMahon out in front. Noah Conklin made the stop. Conklin's got it underneath them. They shoot. They scored. Oh, Conklin was on top of it. He didn't know that it was there. And the Sabres put it into the back of the net. We've got a 3-2 hockey game on the power play. Tally coming here from Avery McMahon, his 10th point of the year.
Oh, it looked like Conklin had it frozen there. I don't know if he tried to clear it away or what, but just, oh boy, that's heartbreaker when you've killed off over 4 minutes of a penalty of a major.
Avery McMahon, the hero right now in this showdown. A power play goal for the Sabres. Power play tally here this third period. And let's listen in. Butts and Moore are in on the goal. And the Sabres have a power play tally. They make Minot pay on the 5-minute major. Conklin had the stop. Matson trying to clear it out. Goes back up to the far point. Sent back at the half wall. Taken by the Sabres with 13 seconds. A 5-minute major power play time. They work it around nicely here. Back up top it comes. Shuffled across to the far side. Taken away there momentarily by Esslinger. In with it. Here's a drive coming. Save. Conklin hangs on to it. And the Magi are now officially at full strength, but they trail 3-2 to the Sabres after McMahon picked up goal number 7, point number 10 of the year to give Legacy a 3-2 lead.
Well, Minot's got the matchup you want. Get your top guys out there, and they've got to start taking a few chances. There's still a lot of time left, but they've got to take it, 4 or 5 minutes at a time. Win each section of the period.
You know the Blue Jays are watching the tail end of this one here tonight. They haven't won a region championship since 1995. This puck comes all the way down. They had a goaltender by the name of Joey Vanette that was a Mr. Hockey finalist, if I'm not mistaken, that year. That's, my memory serves me right. Of course, I had the program from the state tournament back then. We used to go every year. That was our family trip in the winter. And I remember reading that in there, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's pretty close if it's not exactly accurate. I didn't do the research before here. That's just coming from the old brain up top. That one hops over Aiden Deal's tape, and it comes all the way down back into Minot High territory. Moral of the story is the Blue Jays are looking forward to being crowned region champions. If they can get it done, they would certainly have some help here if Minot drops this one tonight. All the way down it comes, but the arms in the air. There's a tripping call, and the Magi will get a power play of their own as into the box on a 2-minute tripping call. Goes number 12. That's Strider McMahon.
Well, here's the spot Minot wants to be in. You got the power play. You can get right back into it here. But let's get some good movement. Let's get some good movement with the puck. Get some shots. They've got to get 3, 4, or 5 shots in this power play.
On the glove side of the netminder, Tristan Otto, the freshman, has 0 numbers, 0 minutes coming into tonight, and he's a solid candidate for our MVP of this hockey game. Brought to you by Sport Clips of Minot and Bismarck. Jones behind the net from Morelli. Went over to Deal on the far side. Back underneath, now it comes back to Jones. Now Morelli again, spins it in the corner. And Mac Morelli sets up the power play here. The freshman turns it back. He's going to cut towards the net. Back behind the cage now. Shuffles a backhand up to Swangstu. Swangstu sends it back up front. Morelli's got it. He shoots and scores. Mac Morelli, a twisted wrister underneath the glove of Otto. And Morelli strikes again. Team high 16th of the year. Point number 29, and the freshman has tied it up for the Magi.
Well, we've said it so many games before. Special teams at this time of the year are so important. You've got to make it count. Get the puck moving around. If you're Minot, take advantage of the Bismarck had their chance with the major. Minot had their chance. Now we really got a game again.
Power play goal for each side. That's here in the third period. The Magi have the puck here with Matson. Sabres take it back. Sent out in front. Comes all the way back away to the near side wing. Conklin made the stop. Icing the call.
Well, Minot's got to make quicker decisions on their own end. You've got the puck. You've got defenseman's got it. Rotate. If you can't rotate to your partner, you've got to make a quicker play. Either up the wall, get your feet moving. We're seems like we're standing still with the puck. and Legacy's just applying too much pressure. You can't expect them to stand around. They're going to want turnovers just like we want turnovers.
3-3, the dogfight continues at the Pepsi Rink tonight. Here's the Hail Mary pass up to center. Deal's got it. Oh, Deal lost a handle on it on the nice defense there from the Sabres. Puck goes away to the far side. It's dumped back into Minot High defensive territory where Bradley's in after it. Bradley tried to reverse it, shot it right off the skates there of a Sabre that was in on the forecheck. I believe that was Vasey. Goes away to the far side wall, and the Sabres are going to hold it in again. Minot having some issues tonight, clearing their own defensive end. Credit the Legacy forecheck here tonight, coming in quick on the Magi. It's caused Minot High some troubles in this one. Puck comes back away now into the defensive zone. Hoon's in after it for the Sabres. Sent it away to the near side for Vasey. It's on the near side wing. It's going to be worked all the way back up to center into Minot High territory. It rolls down. Will we have an icing? We will.
Might have got a break on that one. A lot of times they'll wave those off. Tough break for Legacy, but both teams, I think, like I said, you don't want to be that guy that makes a crucial mistake at this time. You know, there's still so much time, but don't have anything glaring. You just play smart. You have that third man high so you can come back and help the defenseman out.
Shots are now 20-19 in favor of the Sabres. But we're tied here tonight. Legacy scored first, Minot scored second, Legacy scored third, Minot scored fourth, Legacy scored fifth, Minot scored sixth. Here's the drive. Every time the Sabres take the lead, the Magi come back and tie it up. Puck's back out in front of the net, comes back away now here. Eli Hansen, he sent one towards the net. Bouncer goes back off the end boards. Held in on the far side by Hansen. Hansen's going to scrub it after it. It's picked up here by the Sabres. They're going to go back the other way out to center as it comes back into the offensive zone for Legacy, and in after it is McMahon. Down to the corner, he takes it. Puck's taken around the end boards. Tied up in deep, McMahon again. Met there by Hansen. Hansen plastered him on the end wall. Mattsson's got it to Mattson, goes up to center where he went to Gilmore to escape the zone, and it comes back down to the Sabres who carry right back in. Hitting the brakes on the near side, firing a quick one on was Hoon, and the stop was made from Conklin. Jones trying to clear it out. Couldn't do it. Sabres are right back in. This is Johnson. Fires it towards the net. Gilmore's got it. He tries to clear, and Gilmore takes the safety play and sends that one the length of the ice all the way down.
You take an example like that, Minot, you're so close to getting out of your zone. You make one too many moves. It doesn't. Legacy holds it in. It leads to a possible chance for Legacy. You've got to chip them off the wall. If you don't have a play, I mean, you're not going to beat 2 or 3 guys in a row. It just doesn't happen. Maybe in mites, maybe, but not at the high school level. You're not going to go end to end very often, especially when you're in your own zone.
Blocker shot of Conklin. In on the draw is Caleb Moore. He went it against Luck, and Moore wins it back. At the point, it's handled here. Stanton sent it in, knocked down by Luck. In the corner it comes, and it's going to come behind the net where the puck continues to be scrubbed for. Radke's going to win the battle. He reverses it back, and Luck's got it here with a little bit of real estate. He just throws it up off the glass. Out to center it comes, and swanks too hard on the forecheck, but Stanton's back on the retrieve. Now it's freed. Minot High's got it back out in front. Puck's taken here. Center slot. Back to Luck. Swangster's got it back to Luck. Oh, shot, save, rebound. He scored. Jaden Luck from Ben Swangster. And the Magi have their first lead of the night. It's 4-3.
Nice passing play by Luck and Swangster there.
Swangster with back-to-back assists, and Jaden Luck's on the board. Jaden Luck on the season. Point number 30 for the senior captain. There's those big M flags going out for a run now after the Magi goal. Those kids are getting a workout here tonight, aren't they?
I like it. Good spirit. They're into it.
There's an atmosphere in here tonight. And it's livelier now that the Magi have taken a 4-3 lead. Let's listen in to Duffy Dobek.
I got a Bismarck penalty. Got a roughing penalty on Legacy, so hey, Minot will let's see what they can do with this power play. Tough break for Legacy when you give up a goal. Now you're back on the penalty kill.
Power play comes back out for the Magi. They're 1 for 2 here tonight after the Morelli power play goal. And now Minot High gets to come back out with the man advantage after taking their first lead of the hockey game all the way into this third period of play. Another one here from the Maroon and Gold would be a big one here tonight. Comes up to Bradley at the point. Now Swangstu looks for the outlet, just takes it to the corner. With Esslinger, Swangstu's got it back underneath. Now here's a drive coming. Oh, Esslinger put that one just wide of the cage. Bradley after it over on the far side. Freed now with a lane. Morelli sent it back over to Esslinger, and Esslinger's got it here. Avery McMahon's in on a 2-minute roughing call. Here's Bradley, a drive. Otto went down onto the pads. He made the save, and he hangs on to it.
Well, you wanted action. You said it.
Yeah, this is it. This is what you get. 22-21. Shots on goal. Minot's got the advantage here. They lead 4-3 with 6:37 remaining, and there's 1:28 remaining on Maroon and Gold power play time. Bradley at the point, sends it in, tipped down in front there by Morelli, and the puck's taken on the near side wing. It's sent out of the zone by the Sabres, and back away comes Bradley back in his own territory. Bradley's got it back away to the near side, goes back away down to Jaden Luck at center. He's hounded. Minot High's going to try to get the puck back with Swangstu, but it's Luck that handles here. Goes back to Bradley, and now Bradley's going to send it in. That one hit Jordan Kelly, the official. Then it went up and into the Legacy bench. And we'll have a stop of the play and a face-off coming back to the neutral ice zone.
Tough break there. I think it took a bad bounce off the boards, and then Esslinger was offsides. But that you see how important it is. Come in with speed and confidence and making good passes. You can't be fumbling the puck around on the power play. That's when you got to be at your best.
Easton Moose and Mac Morelli having a little bit of a conversation with each other on that neutral ice. Puck's away to the near side wing where it's taken here by Swangstu. He dumps it in. Jones in after it. Puck's wrapped around the near side boards. Can Swangstu hold it? He can. Goes back down to Bradley. Got it back over to Deal. Deal's going to handle here in the circle. Deal spins it to the far wall. 41 seconds of power play time. Fires one in. Otto made the stop. And it goes back away now where it's taken here by Morelli. Tried to bring it out front. It was taken and swept out all the way down with the help there of Talon Farland. It comes back in behind the net, and Moore's hit after it. Now Morelli in a one-on-one drill on the near side wall. Easton Moose down there. Morelli wins that battle and drops it back down to Bradley. 20 seconds of power play time. Bradley had that pass interrupted by Moose, and now Morelli goes up to Luck. Into the zone they come. Luck sends it in front, back over to Jones. He has to retrieve in the corner now. And it comes back away at the half boards where it comes up to the line. Sent back all the way down behind Conklin. And the kill is complete now for the Sabres. We're back to 5-on-5 as we approach the 5-minute warning here in this third period. Bradley took that one, fired it all the way down.
Come on, fellas. Yeah, you got to be smarter than that. Taking an icing when you really don't have any pressure on you. Just make a good pass. I mean, there's no rush to come out from behind the net when you're back there. As long as you don't feel pressure from Legacy, just stay back there until you get the pass you want. And I think that's just kind of a hiccup on Maya's part. We've got to be a little bit better, a little bit. You know, it's not clean. It's not doesn't look good.
Puck's up to the point here. Loose in front. Oh, big stop there. Conklin got a glove on that one on the attempt down in front.
Wow.
Esslinger's going to handle on the far side. He's pinned up there by Vasey, who holds the zone for the Sabres. Moore's got it down underneath the goal line. Work back away to the far side point. Sent back underneath the paint now and away to the near side of Cubs. The points matter here tonight, all three of them. You do not want to surrender any points going into an overtime session. It doesn't help the cause for either of these teams trying to finish where they're at in the standings right now. In on Conklin, it came, and Conklin hangs on to it. You always want to win, but when the points matter the way that they do down the stretch, you almost take the opportunity to get the win here, don't you?
You do. You always want to win. You want to win every time, especially at this point in the season. But Legacy, obviously, the points mean a lot more for them. And Minot, it's like, come on, you're at your last home game. You want to finish strong and be heading into that WDA on a good note, feeling good.
blocker side of Conklin. Worked across the line. It comes back over down to Johnson. Sent it in. Bouncer out in front. Deal's got it here. This is Hayden Deal. Up. It comes down to Swankstu. Bumps it ahead to Jones, and he's in over the line. But the offsides was called there by Nathan Medler. We're down to 4:08 to play in the third. Again, hang around for our Shots Crossroad postgame show tonight. Shots Crossroad, your postgame headquarters. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads, home to the famous 99. They're open 24/7, 365. If you haven't had the banana cream pie there, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Puck's taken here by Matson. Up to Jones, trying to chip it into the zone. Comes back out to center where it's taken down by Josiah Will. Will's going to skate in. He fires it off of Conklin. He made the save. And now Deal reverses it back over here to Swankstu. Puck's held in here by the Sabres on the heavy forecheck. Avery McMahon take it back underneath the net. Deal's got it again. Deal with the backhand. Back to Jones. Jones cross the ice. It comes up to Swankstu. He's back over the blue line. He's going to dump it down for the Magi. And we've reached 3:30 remaining here in the third period. You can vote for tonight's MVP of the hockey game. Brought to you by Sport Clips. Tweet at us at Network PSP. Out in front, Gilmore was calling for it. And that pass was interrupted on the stick there from Poppy. Comes back away now here to Aiden Deal. And Deal turns that one right off the skates in front of the net.
Not sure where you were going on that pass.
Puck's taken out by Bradley on the near side. Defensively tonight, Mountain High has made some miscues that have cost them. The no zone right up the middle. That was one of them, and now Mountain High's hemmed in here. Under 3 to play in the period. Magi still trying to clear it out. Now Eli Hansen sends it off the glass and back at center. It's taken and worked across here by the Sabres again. Dump and chase from Poppy again. Conklin out of the net to play it. Wrapped it all the way up to the line. It's held in here by the Sabres. Now Mountain High clears. And it comes back out to center where it's taken by Hoon. And Hoon worked it across. Comes into Mountain High possession here with Radke. And the dump and chase from center has the Magi off for a change. Back in their own territory for the Sabres. It's Stanton that's got it. Worked it on the far side wall. Deals in after it over on the far wing. They scrum for it there. Bucks take it back up to Morelli at center. He'll dump it down. 2:10 to play in the third. Minot leads by a goal at 4-3. Pair of tallies here in the third period for the Magi. Comes back up to Bradley. Hit Zach Deal out in front. Let's Go Minot starts to come alive inside the Pepsi Rink on their home ice. It's senior night for the Magi. And it's the newcomers to the league, the Sabres, that have given them all they can handle here tonight. Puck's away on the far side. Bradley takes it away, still scrumming for it, out with it. This is Butts with it. Drops it back, set back up top. Oh, got past the stick there of Johnson. Puck's going to be taken by Esslinger, and Esslinger's into the zone with it. Esslinger, top of the circle, spins it back, looks for the outlet, finds it, it's Luck. Luck's going to flip this one ahead into the glove that goes of Otto. And a whistle that was quick there. Kyle Stevens.
I think we'll see a timeout, I would think, by one of these guys, one of these teams.
1:25 left here in regulation.
Get the guys out there you want, get them rest. I mean, you have a timeout. Why not use it? Get your best, most rested guys. Give them the extra break. I don't know why you have to be in such a hurry. The arena guys are paid by the hour anyway, so what's the big deal?
Well, the ref skated over. Casey Lang went over to Mario Lamoureux. He said no timeout yet. Minute 25 remains. When do the Sabres pull their netminder?
They might not get another whistle.
Puck comes away on the near side wing. It's going to be handled down by the Sabres. They're up to center again. They dump and chase again. Back in behind Conklin out of the net to play it. Look out. Back behind the net. There was Jamison Johnson right on top of Conklin. Puck comes all the way down, and here's an icing, and there's the timeout for Mario Lamoureux. As the puck comes over, we'll take a good look at the Legacy bench here as we're down to the final minute 2 remaining in this showdown tonight.
Well, you got to get your best face-off guy out there for Minot. Got to win that face-off. You know, what do you do if you win it? What do you do if you lose it? Know exactly what your job is. I mean, obviously, winning is the most important thing, but don't, make sure it's, when you're going to chip it out of the zone, you don't want an icing. Chip it out. You got to kind of put some touch on it. So chip it off the wall. It doesn't go all the way down for a solid ice. There's nothing wrong with I said, making a play out, just get it out of the zone. You can just flip it out to neutral ice is kind of ideal, but you've got to win that face-off first and foremost.
Good look at the Minot High staff. That's Jason Bennett on the right, John Grubb on the left. They drop the plan here. Minute 2 left here in the third period. Gotta love these hockey games like this, don't you? This is what it's all about, my friends. Thanks for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. We sure appreciate you doing so. If you haven't already done it, make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, where it's always game day. Student section's alive and well still. The net is now empty for the Sabres. 6-on-5 for the next minute 2 as Legacy has the extra attacker on the ice. AC/DC blaring inside the venue. Minot trying to track down their third straight WDA championship. It's an opportunity if they win tonight that they'll be co-champions with the Blue Jays from Jamestown. Here's a drive coming. Overtime's not going to help the Magi here tonight. They need to win in regulation. Puck's taken back up to the far line, comes across, work back up top. Swagstu got the shin pads in the way of that one. Comes back away down to Johnson on in front, shot save, rebound shot, side of the net. Conklin made the save again, and underneath the net it comes again. Sent down in front, poked out of there by Swagstu. Puck's away to the near side wing, big hit, shot on goal coming down, has a chance, and they scored! Zach Deal from the other end of the ice to put the nail in the coffin with 27 seconds remaining. And the Magi, if they can hang on, crazier things have happened. But we'll say the proverbial nail in the coffin has been hammered.
Well, that was a big one for Minot. It takes a lot of pressure off. Kind of got a couple lucky breaks there. It was right on the goal mouth. And I think a couple guys, Conklin had a nice save down there. A couple defensemen from Minot kind of got it out the last second.
27 seconds remain. We talked about Hunter Aker from Bismarck, who scored 2 goals 5 seconds apart this year. Anything can happen, but as time starts to wear down on this one, it's like the sands in the hourglass or the days of our lives here. There's a charging call coming here. I'm not sure who this is on. It's on the Sabres. And Avery McMahon's going to go to the sin bin with 13.9 remaining here in this regulation.
You got to give credit to this Minot's third line here tonight. They played real well, solid, done what's asked of them. Played a good two-way game, good defensive game. They popped in a couple goals. That's what you need.
Count them down, kids. We're at 10 seconds. Fans start to make their way towards the exits here tonight. And the Magi have the puck, 4-3-2. Minot High is going to at least have a piece of the region championship for the third straight season. The Blue Jays from Jamestown are going to be the other team that will have a piece of that if they can beat Bismarck High. Hats off to Legacy tonight. That's a hard-working team. They do all the little things extremely well. It was a good one here tonight. Minot comes out with a 5-3 victory on their senior night, on their final game on their home ice here in 21-22. Shots Crossroad postgame show comes up next here tonight. We'll have our MVP of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips of Minot and Bismarck brings you the MVP, and Jobbers Moving and Storage with Roger Ward. Moving and Storage brings you our move of the game here tonight as well. We'll do all that when we come back. Matt and I will break it down for you. Shots Crossroad postgame show is next. The Magi are going to be region champions of some sort here in 21-22 with a victory over the Sabres tonight by 2.
Hi guys, what can I get you guys today? I don't know what to order. Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa, what is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead-gum meal here at Shots Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall-darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Shots is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude. The truth is,
There's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid, whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right. I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I'd take a karma roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
Senior night tonight for the Magi, and they celebrate right in front of that student section after a victory tonight. Big win tonight for Minot High, improving to a record now of 12-3 on the year. Legacy falls to 10-7. That's in the conference. 10-10 overall on the year for the Sabres. 14-7 for the Magi overall in their 21-22 campaign. It's Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call in the Shots Crossroads postgame show here tonight. Shots Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. 24/7, 365. Shots Crossroads, our choice for breakfast, dinner, lunch, late night, third lunch, whatever you call it. It's all good at Shots Crossroads. Nick Hulberg, once again, and Matt Morelli here to break this one down. Matt, your overall thoughts in this one? It was a teeter-totter match through the first two. Minot ends up flexing a little more muscle there in the third, bearing their chances. They come out with a 5-3 win, but overall, that was a pretty darn good hockey game here tonight.
It was good. That kind of almost, for a while, could have gone back and forth. Either team could have. Doesn't mean Legacy couldn't have came out ahead there. I think maybe later in the game, Minot's third line maybe wore Legacy down a little bit. Minot got some good production. That's a big win for Minot. Legacy played solid. It could have gone either way. They're kind of had a tough luck where they're missing a couple of their play, their starting goalie, and maybe another guy's out. That's just the way it is in sports. You have every night. You never know what's going to happen, what kind of performance you're going to get from guys, and if you're Minot, you like to see getting some production from other guys. 2 goals out of 5, and they came from guys that don't normally are in on the goals. Doesn't mean they're not good players. Of course, they're all good players. Every guy out here and for both teams deserves to be here. But if you can get those guys to chip in here and there at this time of the year and in a big West Region game, that's big, because it's going to be interesting, like you said, next week. None of those games are going to be easy.
It's going to be a war there. Gilmore gets his first of the year tonight. So does Riley Hagan tonight, and those two guys, like you just mentioned, certainly deserve some major credit to this showdown here tonight. I think the young man in goal tonight for Bismarck Legacy that came up with his first ever varsity start, Tristan Otto, saw 25 shots on goal tonight, and Otto ends up making, what does he make? He ends up making 21 stops. That fifth one was an empty netter here tonight for the Magi, and Zach Deal. When it was all said and done, it was a pretty good hockey game, and Legacy ends up out shooting Minot tonight 26-25. We'll have the full stats recap coming in just a moment as we get it now from our friend James Knutson. James, again, thank you so much for what you do. James Knutson volunteering his time here at the Pepsi Rink to help us with that each and every night as the official scorekeeper here inside of the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. All right, you ready for this rundown here tonight? First of all, nothing from the Lumberdome yet here tonight, as in the Lumberdome tonight, Century and Bottineau Rugby square off. That's a big one tonight. Jamestown took care of Williston 3-0. Those were the only games in the West Region tonight. Let's look back at this one. And this look back brought to you by Shots Crossroads here tonight. Let's start with goal number 1 tonight at 2:12 of the opening period. It was Josiah Will that got on the board for Legacy first. Avery McMahon had the assist on the goal for Will on the season. That was goal number 4, point number 14. Legacy led 1-0 at the end of one. Shots in the first were 12-4 in favor of the Magi. The second was a different story. Shots were 13-6, but it was the Magi that scored first in the middle period. Jaden Gilmore had his first goal as a Magician. Eli Hansen and Brock Matson had the assists on the play. Then Marcus Butts came to town and scored a beauty. Butts picks up point number 21. Team high in the goal category with number 14. 21's a team high as well. The sophomore had legacy back on top. Avery McMahon had the assist on the play. Riley Hagan, then even strength at 8:33 from Jaden Gilmore, and an excellent feed from Gilmore. Put Minot back on the board with their second to the night to tie the game at 2-2. That's where we'd end the second. Shots again were 13-6 in the second, favoring Legacy, 12-4 in the first, favoring Minot. Shots in the third, 9-7 in favor of Legacy, but it was the Magi that ended up in the driver's seat when it was all said and done. Not before, however, a power play goal was scored by Avery McMahon. Caleb Moore and Marcus Butts had the assist on the power play tally for McMahon at 4:27 of the period. And Avery McMahon picked up his 10th point of the year. Legacy had the lead back. That's how it went all night. Legacy, then Minot, Legacy, then Minot, Legacy, then Minot. Legacy didn't have an answer on the power play, however, for Matt Morelli at 6:23. Morelli nets another one. Team high in goals for Morelli. The freshman has 16 now. Point number 29 for him. Ben Swankstu had the assist. Swankstu having a pretty good campaign as well here in his junior campaign. He has point number 19 on that assist and point number 20 because he got the next one on Jaden Luck's goal. Luck's 14th of the year. Point number 30, the point leader for the Magi. And Minot had a lead at that point. And the Magi then find an empty net with a goal at 16:33. 27 seconds remain in the game, and Zach Deal bombed one about 180 feet down the ice, picking up goal number 7, point 24. And that's how it ends here tonight as the Magi win 5-3 over the Legacy Sabres on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Tristan Otto here tonight ends up with 20 stops on 24 shots officially. 23 saves on 26 shots tonight for Noah Conklin. Quality scoring chances when it was all said and done. Minot had one more at 7-6 over Legacy. And the faceoff category belonged to the Magi tonight at 26-24. Power play goals here tonight. Each team had one. Each team ended up with 4 power plays. Minot had 4 power plays. Legacy only had 3. 1 for 3 tonight for the Sabres. 1 for 4 tonight for the Magi. Time to name our Roger Ward Moving and Storage move of the game tonight. That's the same as Jobbers Moving and Storage if you're in the capital city. Moving across town or across the country, it's Jobbers and Roger Ward for all your moving and storage needs. There was a play that happened here tonight. There was a bunch of plays that this could have gone to here tonight. I like that play from Gilmore that got it to Hagan. That was a pretty nice dish and a pretty good execution there. But the goal from Marcus Butts, where Avery McMahon got it to him, and then he took it down and went to the top shelf of the second period, I think was probably the top highlight to this one tonight. Any argument that Marcus Butts doesn't deserve our move of the game here tonight?
No, for sure. That was a nice play, a nice shot. Legacy, that was a good battle. I think they wanted that wide open style. They had some outnumbered rushes that Minot probably caught a few breaks on, but they're going to be tough. They're going to be a tough out come next week.
They are going to be a tough out without a doubt. That's a whole nother topic of conversation. If you had to pick 4 who's going to the tournament, the state tournament that is. I mean, you put like the bingo balls where you just knock them around and let them come on out of there to see who's going. It's going to be a war next week at the VFW Sports Center with the 8 teams that qualify for the first time ever. There's going to be some play-in games as well. 7 through 10 have to play each other to see who's going to get into the tournament, and that's going to make some things pretty darn interesting as well. We'll have coverage of the WDA tournament next week. All the games at the WDA tournament. Yours truly, Nick Hulberg, will be there. Matt Morelli will join me for the Minot High contests. It's going to be some pretty good hockey next week, and one that we're certainly excited to bring you, the WDA tournament next week on the PSP Network. Time to announce our player of the game here tonight. Matt, you and I didn't have a chance to talk about this here tonight, but there's a couple guys that certainly should be up for this award here this evening. McMahon had a 3-point night tonight for Bismarck Legacy. Swankstu had a pair of assists here tonight. Luck had a couple points here tonight. But I really like the way that Jaden Gilmore got rewarded for some hard work here on senior night tonight. He gets his first goal as a Magician, and then he had that excellent play where he set up Hagan That's a fair pick tonight, wouldn't you have to say, with Jaden Gilmore being our player of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips?
For sure. You need those guys to come through at big times of the game, and they're going to get more minutes. You have to use 3 and 4 sometimes. You can't rely on just 2 lines to win you games. You need a good third line, and you need to sprinkle that fourth line there to bring some energy and go and be physical. But your third line, they played solid tonight. They got to give them a lot of credit. They work hard. They just make their chances. You work hard, you work, you're just going to get chances, and they didn't. They got a lot of minutes, and they're rewarded with good ice time, and that leads to chances.
Certainly did here tonight. Well, should we try to effort Jordan Willert to see if he's around for a post-game conversation? He's probably celebrating with the group after the senior night victory here tonight. We're going to call him real quick and see if he's available. If he's not, we're just going to tell the families to get the leftovers ready because we're coming home. It's about that time of the night here tonight. More action on the PSP Network, by the way, tomorrow. You can join us on the PSP Network tomorrow for District 12 basketball action on the PSP Network. Scott Cattell will have the call starting at 3 p.m. tomorrow. A doubleheader in Bismarck tomorrow night as well on the PSP Network. Hope you join us for that on the PSP Network. High school basketball coming from Bismarck tomorrow. And that high school basketball matchup tomorrow night is Legacy at Century. Todd Domrys along with Chuck Claremont, I do believe, will have the call. More basketball for us coming up on Saturday on the PSP Network. Number 1 Minot hosts Jamestown. 3:35 for the pregame show. I'll have the call of that one. And, of course, District 12 basketball from the Auditorium Championship night. We've got Jordan Willert. He's ice level now. Coach, can you hear me loud and clear from ice level?
Got you, Nikki.
Well, there's one thing about Minot High hockey this year that it seems that resiliency is part of the makeup for this Magi club. And tonight, resilient was a word that I would use, as you guys trailed 3 times in the hockey game and found a way to come out with a victory at the end. Touch on that message in the room about not throwing in the white towel or packing up the tent at any point in tonight's hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about it. We've here recently in the last, couple weeks or whatever, we played some good hockey, and we've bent a couple times, but we haven't broken. We got Jim back there who's, he's kind of playing on a different level right now than, maybe he was early in the season. And he's just done a really nice job, and kids are buying in. You hear the benches getting kicked because guys are blocking shots and guys are diving to clear pucks. And, it's just, that's the one cool thing about hockey is hockey to me, more than any other sport, you kind of become a family as the season moves on and you work into things. You got freshmen contributing, you got sophomores contributing, you got juniors, and then all of a sudden tonight you got a couple seniors that come from the clouds and bang home 2 gigantic goals for the Minot High Magicians. One, Jaden Gilmore scoring his first, and then Riley Hagan with a great backhand forehand up under the bar. It's just really cool to see on senior night, and couldn't be more excited and happy and proud of this group of kids.
Yeah, we talked about that up there, what that means and what that does for the bench to bring everybody alive, and it certainly did here tonight. As we approach WDA tournament time, Minot High is going to have a portion of the West Region title for sure. Williston lost tonight to Jamestown, so the Blue Jays, if they can get a win over Bismarck High, they're going to share that title with you coming up for 2021-22. But you look at where Minot High stands right now. Are you satisfied with this group and where they're playing? Have they reached their peak yet in your mind?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I think there's more there. I think we're kind of rounding into form. I mean, hopefully we're rounding into form. I think you said it there. I think goal number 1 was to win West Region regular season title. It's a tongue twister. Next goal is to qualify for state. You win that. You do that by winning 2 games at West Region. And then the third goal, which I think is a big one for us and would be, a big thing that we want to complete. Haven't done it since 2006, which happens to be my senior year of high school. It's been a while, but it's to win that WDA tournament. I think that's kind of our goal right now. And I think, as we've seen with the resilience of this group and, hopefully we can do that.
Final thing for you, is that John Grubb trying to get some of those Skittles from your young son there, Foster?
Just be nice if Foster would talk to somebody. No, Grubber's out here giving him a little bit of a hard time. So it's exciting for me. I like him to come to games. Mom let him stay out tonight. It's a big one on night. But, I want him to love Minot High, and hopefully he does. And a little bummed we didn't get 6 tonight, because every time I've come home here the last couple games, we got 6 again. So he's been pretty excited about that. But I'm just, like I said, super proud of this group. I want to say that again. I mean, we battled stuff this year. We battled influenza. We battled a little bout of COVID. We battled injuries. Those kids in there deserve a lot of credit, and they've worked extremely hard. And, there were some dark days there early in the season, Nick. We talked, things weren't going the right way, and they righted the ship. They earned this share of the WDA title, and now it's the most fun time of the season.
Sure, appreciate you, man. We can't wait for next week. Best of luck. Thanks for your time all night and all year long here, man.
All right, thanks for everything, Nick. Wave Fosty.
Absolutely. Jordan Willard, his young son Foster, down for a little coach's corner. Final thoughts from you, Mr. Matt Morelli. I know this postgame got a little long here tonight, but always fun to talk to the coach. Closing thoughts on the regular season.
Well, I think you want to use these games as momentum going into next week. It was a good game both ways. It was, like I said, it was back and forth, and I don't think either these teams have a lot of good things going for them going into the WDA. You want to kind of start to really break down and limit your mistakes. But now it's probably work on power plays and just tune up a little things to get them ready for next week, because you got hopefully 3 games in 3 days, and that's a grind, and you're traveling back and forth. And Bismarck, you're at home. Those guys are at home. Where Minot's going to have to go back and forth. It's nice. It's not a real long trip, so it's going to be fun, and it should be a good tournament.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much for all your help throughout the regular season. I have a blast working with you.
For sure, man. Thanks.
That's Matt Morelli joining us here tonight. Big thanks again to Mario Lamoureux for joining us here tonight. Jordan Willard, Jason Bennett for their time as well here tonight. Don't forget, we're back in action on Saturday afternoon. Jamestown Minot High basketball. I'll have the call for you on the PSP Network pregame show at 3:35 on Saturday afternoon for the 4 p.m. tip-off for the number 1 ranked Magi and the Blue Jays. More action tomorrow, District 12 with Scott Cattell on the PSP Network. That's girls basketball from the auditorium. And a doubleheader tomorrow as Legacy takes on Century down in the Bismarck market as well. Final tonight is 5-3 in favor of the Magi. They take down the Sabres. They're going to be at least partial champions of the West region here in 21-22. What a year of WDA hockey. It's been a wild ride. Regular season is done. Pack your bags, everybody. It's time for the postseason. We can't even wait. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week as well. If you don't join us for basketball on Saturday, we'll see you at the WDA hockey tournament. 5-3 is the final tonight. Nick Hulberg signing off. Good night, and God bless.